All right. Good morning. Hey, everyone. Let's wait for a few folks to jump in here. Hi, Doug. Appreciate it. All right. So, guys, if you've joined the live stream and you've sent me an email, please check in just like Doug did. Terry, appreciate it. I see you there. Just put your name in the chat box and let me know that you check in. And, guys, apologize for the kind of foggy looking camera this morning. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I assure you, it looks like there's some condensation possibly on the backside of the camera. So just bear with me. It'll work out today, though. All right. So, Terry, I see you. Joey, Francesca. I believe that's Lionel, Tony, Raymond, gotcha. Lionel, yeah, awesome. Okay, guys, we've got enough to get started. Let's just kind of talk about how this is going to work. So, what I need you guys to do here with me is I need you to interact with me while I'm placing these calls. And what I mean by that specifically is I'm going to be giving you guys some instructions, all right, in terms of how this call with Claimyr is going to work. And I need you guys to pay attention to that while we're waiting for these connections. Now, the next thing I need you guys to be really aware of is this. It's Monday morning. We had a lot of things happen over the weekend, including a quarter review, including the work searches. So there may be a lot of people that are in pending status today. On top of that, there's probably, as there usually is, a bunch of people that are calling on Monday. So look, we're going to get these calls set up, but I want you guys to be aware that once I set up this call for you, it's going to take potentially 1 to 2 hours or even more, depending on how busy the EDD phone system is in terms of getting through. So I want everybody to be patient with me. All right. We're going to stay on this live stream for probably around 2 hours to make sure that we get everybody that wants a call today connected. But at the same time, what I need you guys to be aware of is that, keep your phones on you, keep them handy. And then while we're going through these and programming these numbers, I want you guys to be listening to what I'm telling you, because there's a lot of important facts I'm going to share with you in terms of how to get your claim fixed, how to work with these agents, how to deal with disconnects, how to get the callbacks from Claimyr, and a lot of other important information, right? So I hope this helps, but I need you guys to stay patient and we'll get through this, okay? Awesome. Let's get started here. Let me just check here a couple things. So one thing, guys, if you are interested in getting a phone call, I need you to go and look into the description. You'll see the instructions. I need you to send me an email and flow through that. The other thing here is I'm pulling through a list of people that have already emailed me, and I'm going to be placing those calls in the order received. If you are not checked in, aka like you haven't put your name into the actual box, the chat box here, I'm going to move on to the next person on the list. But let me go through that list really quick here. So let's see. I've got Tony. I've got Joey. I've got Lionel. I see Rebecca. Do I see Rebecca? Okay, I don't see Rebecca. Rebecca, if you're here, please drop your name into the chat box. I don't see Ben. I don't see Peter. So this is 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Francesca, I see you. You're going to be number 4. Raymond, you're number 5. Becca, I see you. Okay. You're going to be 4, guys. I'm just going through back the list. Sorry, Francesca, you're going to be 5. Raymond, you're going to be 6. Terry, you're going to be 7. Let's see. Do I see Victor here? I don't see Victor. Doug, I see you there. You're going to be 8. Heather, I see you. You're going to be 9. Okay, Victor, I see you there. You checked in a little bit late, bud, but that's okay. We'll get you taken care of. Your 10. Okay, so again, guys, I'm going to be actually programming these calls for you. I'm paying for them myself. You see my phone here up on the screen. We'll kind of get into that. I just need you guys to be patient. And again, keep your phone on you. and make sure that when this call comes in, you answer it, all right? And then I want you guys to stay on the live stream, right? Because we need some feedback in terms of how long these callbacks are taking. So the other people that are waiting for the calls know that, you know, hey, this is approximately how long it's going to take, okay? But I do expect it to take some time here on Monday. All right. Let's go ahead and get this going, guys, because I know we've got a lot of you and you guys need to get this help. The other thing I'd ask is while I'm programming these calls, guys, would you mind sharing with me like how long you've been pending? You know, if your case is PUA, if it's, you know, regular UI, you know, kind of just talk to me a little bit about what's going on with your claim. And the other thing too is I'm not a claims expert, but if you guys have any claims questions, you know, I may be able to help with some basic things while we're going through and programming these calls. But with that said, let's go ahead and get this going. So Tony, let me get your call set up. So I'm using my phone right now, as you can see, and I will be programming your call right through. The other question I have for you guys is this: if any of you have used Claimyr before, if any of you guys have never heard of Claimyr before, if you guys think Claimyr's a scam, yada, 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 right? Like, give me some feedback on that. Let me know what you guys are going through. All right, Tony, let me get you set up here, man. So I'm going to claimyr.com, and I can do this on my phone. All right, I'm going to put in Tony's number here. Okay, I'm going to come through and I'm going to select California as the state. So do that. I'll press the call now button. Awesome. Pending since June 13th, PUA. Pending for a week. Okay, guys, good stuff. Have any of you guys actually heard of Claimyr? Have you used Claimyr before? I'm just kind of curious what your thoughts are on it. And I'm going to use my name here when I'm punching all this in because, well, I'm placing calls on your behalf. And happy Monday, everybody. I hope everybody had a great weekend. All right. Okay, so I've got my name and I've got my email in here. I'm just going to punch in a prepaid card that I purchased. Okay. 1128 072. Cool. All right. So I punched in my card details, put in my name, put in the email, and I'm going to hit the pay button right now. Awesome. Okay. So this is good news. So Tony, you see this, and guys, everybody, this is how it's going to work for all of your calls. When I get to the success page, this means that the call is being successfully routed by Claimyr into EDD. We're now dialing for you on your behalf. I'm not quite sure where it says Georgia, but don't be concerned about that. You will be getting a call back from EDD. So bear in mind here, we've got that first call that's squared up. So Tony, what I'm asking you to do, can you verify that you got a text, okay? A text from Claimyr. They should be telling you, thanks for placing your call. What that does, that text tells you and me that I input your phone number incorrectly. And once you confirm that with me, I'll be able to verify that, you know, you're getting that call back. So just keep that in mind. And guys, I'm going to clear my browser really quick just to make sure that we don't have any issues with these phone calls. Cool. I don't want to call Georgia. Hey guys, I'm going to reset my phone really quick. Just make sure I don't have any weird cookies going on. All right, I'm going to read some comments here really quick. Yes, but never tried it. Thanks, Joey. Doug, 9 weeks pending. Awesome. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for that. Happy Monday to you. Heather, I've been pending for about 4 weeks. Had to file another claim at the beginning of June and got the notification that my claim was approved and I would stay on PUC till September. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm just rebooting up the phone. Alyssa says, I've been pending since 6/19. I'm on PUC. I had a phone interview last week and he told me they need to talk to my employer and wait 10 days. Okay, Alyssa, on that particular case, that's probably pretty realistic in terms of needing to talk to your employer. But I would say this, if you don't see traction on your claim by the end of this week, this is something that you want to definitely call in. And I'll be doing some more live streams this week and also next. So stay tuned for that, okay? I just want to make sure you call in at the right time. All right, we're getting the phone up, guys. Bear with me. Cool. All right, let's go. Next one here. Assuming I can kill this. All right. Bear with me, guys. I'm not an expert in Claimyr. www. Weed maps. That's funny. That came up. Okay, let's go to their website. This is weird. I'm not sure why the call now null is. Okay, close. Bear with me, guys. It's probably something on my phone. Let me try something here. I had this issue when I was working on this weekend. Okay. All right. We're finally back to a good screen. Again, guys, I don't think it's an issue on Claimyr side. I think it's an issue with cookies on my phone. Okay. Really quick, let's look at the comments. Terry, appreciate the comment there. Dan, 14 weeks, used Claimyr before. Okay. Yeah, so guys, this is going to be a really important call for those of you that have possibly used Claimyr before or thinking about using it, because it's one thing to use Claimyr, but you guys got to understand that they're not able to control things that happen on the other side of the connection. And that's really where the heart of the strategy really comes in. So guys, realize like Claimyr's getting you past the busy phone, systems and into the queue, but that's where the real game begins in terms of trying to get your claims fixed, okay? And I'll be going into that quite extensively. All right. Doug, last call was made, transferred twice. Yeah, Andrew, is PUA will be getting in the quarter review. It's possible, Andrew. I don't know. I mean, generally speaking, if the quarterly review is going on with regards to a claim that's been filed, I think it's like going back 12 months, basically like that last quarter of the 12 months, it basically rolls over and then they have to do another review to make sure that you're valid for the upcoming year. I don't know exactly if PUA is affected by this, but if you're in a pending status, it's possible. All right, with that said, I want to keep these phone calls coming here. So let's do Joey here. Joey, I appreciate your patience. And Tony, appreciate it. You got a text. Keep me posted, all right? What I'm asking you to do is if you get a phone call, okay, that's be coming from EDD directly, answer that phone call. Stay on hold, guys. Here's the other thing. Do not leave a message for them. I'm telling you, like, it's not worth your time. You want to stay on hold. And Tony, once that call comes in and everybody else that gets a call today, I want you to make sure that you're pressing, a number like 9. Just press 9 like every 10 minutes. It seems to help with the disconnects, okay? There seems to be drop calls right around the 44-minute mark. If it goes that long, it just depends on how long it takes to actually get an agent on the phone. So press 9, every 10 minutes or so, and that seems to help trick the EDD phone system to realizing that you're still a human and you're still there. All right, Joey, let me get you set up here, man. And I know I'm moving pretty quick, guys. There's a lot of comments that are coming in. I'm trying to balance out getting people's their phones programmed here, and at the same time trying to answer questions that are coming in. Can't read against a replica. Come on, please work with me today. Got a lot of people that need it. I know this is a problem on my phone. This is why I just restarted it. Bear with me, guys. Oh, yeah. What is this? Let's go back to the website, see if we can do this. I don't know why it's doing this call now. Hey guys, really quick, I'm gonna look something up online, how to clear my cache on my phone. I think that's what's going on. Delete history, iPhone. Always something right with technology. Open up the settings app, scroll down. Okay, let's play that game. Scroll down. Got the option labeled Safari. Siri and search. Okay. Bear with me, guys. I'm just looking something up online really fast. Yeah. Clearing Safari the cache. Scroll down. Let's see. iOS 12. Okay, so this is going to be for a 12. Scroll down Safari on the list, huh? I don't see Safari on the list. There it is. Okay. Scroll to the privacy and security sections. There, clear history and data. All right, let's see if that plays ball now. All right. Okay. All right, let's try this again. Joey, your patience is hopefully better than mine. 409 2746. All right, guys, let's see if this goes through now. Okay, at least we got to the next page. All right, so I'm here at the next page. I'm dropping in my name. All right, and I'm just going to put in my email. All right, drop in this card here. And guys, I'll be back with you guys on the chat as soon as I get this call connected here. Thanks, Raymond. Yeah, it's just been a bit of a time. I actually just converted from Android over to Apple, so hence it's been a bit of a learning curve, to say the least. All right, we're almost done here. Okay, and then 112807281502. Okay, pen it in the card info. And let's see if we can get this to go through. Awesome. Okay, Joey, really appreciate the the patience on this. Okay, the cookies came through correctly. So we've got a success message for you. All done. It says Claimyr will forward a call from California to your phone when we get connected. Okay, this is how it works. Look out for a call from 800-300-5616. So again, just like Tony did for me, please let me know, Joey, that you got a text message. Okay, this will inform me that I actually input your number incorrectly. Okay, and keep me posted on that. All right, guys, I want to get through a few more phone numbers and then I'll answer some questions. Okay, Joey, nice, thanks, bud. I appreciate your patience, guys. Okay, Lionel, you are next. Let me get you set up here. 909 2890645. Cool. California, done. All right. Select the state. My finger will work. Awesome. Now I'm going to just put in my name again. And I wish there was a faster way I could do this, guys, but I can't. And I'm paying for these calls myself just because I want you guys to actually, try this out and, keep me posted on, your progress with your claims. So I'm sorry, this does take a little bit of time to get these all programmed, okay? Cool. 1128. Yeah. Appreciate it back, Lionel. And I'm sorry if I've mispronounced anyone's names in advance. Okay, let's see if this works. We're going to hit the pay now button. Nice. Okay, Lionel, we got you taken care of, okay? So again, we've got the success message. You need to be looking out from that call from 800 300 5616. Okay, so Rebecca, you're going to be coming up next. Let me get you set up here. All right. I wish there was a way that we could do a more interactive like live stream where you guys could actually talk while, I'm doing the live stream as well, but I guess the chat box will just have to do for now. I'd love to hear what you guys are kind of going through. And the other thing too, guys, is I'm going to be starting to do some interviews with just real casual video interviews with some of the people that are having difficulty with their claims. This is in order to have them share their story, and obviously, like, hopefully by calling, we start to get their claims fixed. So if you guys are ever interested in, if this phone call using Claimyr, so on and so forth, helps you get your claims fixed and you want to share that worked for you, I'd love to hear from you, because I think a lot of people are sitting on the sidelines just waiting for EDD to actually get their claims fixed. And I don't believe in that approach. I don't believe in waiting. I really don't. I think that it's just a bureaucracy that you need to learn how to navigate through. And I've done this for a long time. So that being the case, if you're interested in, doing that type of work with me in terms of sharing that information, I'd love to chat with you guys, because again, there's so many people that don't know how to get claims fixed, and you guys are going to get a lot of key information today that's really going to help you guys move your claims forward. But I also need you guys to help other people with that information and that knowledge, because I'm only one person, right? Okay, that being said, Becca, I'm still cranking away on yours. Dan, appreciate it. Hey, Sebastian, I'll get to your questions as soon as I get through some of these phone calls programs. Hey, Dan, I don't know if you've emailed me yet. I haven't checked my emails so far during the live stream, but if you haven't emailed me with the instructions that I put in the description for this live stream, please do that, and I will check you as soon as I can get a few folks squared up here, okay? And Terry, thanks for helping out. If anybody of you guys have answers for any of you else's questions, like, please help out. Like, this is a community thing. I don't have all the answers, and some of you guys have similar experiences. So, please feel free to chime in. All right, Becca. Hopefully, I've not fat fingered anything. Let's see if this goes through. Awesome. Okay. Becca, you're getting a call back too. So we're at the success screen. And this is how you know that you're going to be getting this. Becca, if you can let me know that you got a text, that's really important to make sure that we got your phone number programmed right. And Lionel, can you confirm? Okay, Lionel, great. You got the text. So Becca, please do the same. Confirm in the chat box that you got the text. Dan, you sent this at 3 a.m. Okay. I'll check my email here shortly, okay? All right, so we got Becca done. I want to get to Francesca here. Guys, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to program the numbers as fast as we can because we have to wait for the callbacks to start coming through. And once I get to these numbers programmed fast, then we can start to talk about things like the callbacks that you guys are getting. So guys, if you get your callback for me, please don't drop off the live stream. I'm going to teach you how to get these callbacks that Claimyr provides. I'm going to teach you how to deal with the agents. I'm going to have to teach you how to deal with the disconnects. I'm going to teach you how to actually move from one agent to another until you actually get your claim fixed. So please, I encourage you, don't drop off the live stream. This is as much about educating, folks around how to get through these claim systems and how to work these agents to get your claim fixed, and also to learn what these agents are telling you that is true and what is not true. Okay, so please stick around. I know this is a bit of time, but it's worth it. All right, let's go back here. And Francesca, I'm getting you dialed up here now. Becca, thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm sorry, the person that's set up as TR in the chat box, could you just respond with your name one more time? Because I don't know what that name references in terms of the emails. I just want to make sure I know who I'm talking to here. Teresa. Okay, thank you, Teresa. Teresa, have you emailed me? Or maybe a better question is, are you looking for a call today? Okay. Francesca, I've got yours. I'm going to go through. I'm going to select California. Let's get this going. Cool. All right. I hope everyone has a wonderful week ahead. I'm kind of curious to see how many of you guys are actually back to, doing any type of work, part-time work. Yeah, like what that's kind of looking like for you. If you guys also have any questions on the work searches, I'm pretty familiar with that. I know there's an announcement that came out on Friday with some updates around Fed Ed. So if you guys aren't clear with the work searches that started on Sunday, feel free to chime those into the questions and I'll certainly answer those as fast as I can. Oh, jumped a little bit ahead there. Eight oh 7 2 8 9 5 2. Awesome. Okay, Francesca, you're getting a callback, all right? Can you confirm in the chat box that you got a text message, right? Because we're trying to make sure that I've put your phone number in correctly. All right, let me look at the chats really quick. Awesome. Okay, Francesca, again, hopefully you'll confirm that you've got that text message. JT, so yeah, Fed Ed now requires 3 searches per week, but that's the only one that requires it. Okay, regular UI, PUA, it's still one work search activity per week at this point. I know there's just a lot of confusion around like, do you need to submit your documentation? Do you need to, um, and the answer is no. You just need to keep good records. Okay. I highly doubt they're actually going to contact you and request those records, but trust me, you want them in case they do, for whatever reason that may be. So just keep that in mind, guys. Awesome, Francesca. Appreciate it. I'm glad you guys are getting these texts. So, all right. I programmed 5 numbers, and we've got looks like about 15 more to go here. I just want to kind of really quickly share something really fast with you guys. So again, for those of you that are currently waiting on receiving calls, so that would be when I say this is Tony, Joey, Lionel, Rebecca, and Francesca. Please let me know in the chat box when you guys get your call back, okay? And when you guys get that call back, obviously stay on hold. Press 9 every 10 minutes or so, and make sure that you're there working directly with an agent. But please let me know in the chat box, because we're trying to find out like how long the other folks that are waiting for these calls that I'm going to be programming here, how long that's going to take them to get. So I don't know how busy the EDD phone system is. They're usually extremely busy, guys, on a Monday. So this could take longer than 2 hours. I don't know. But we'll be doing some more live streams throughout the course of the week to make sure that, again, we can kind of start to test how long it takes to get through and what that really good time to use a paid service or to call in is, right? Like there's just a lot of options in terms of reaching EDD. Awesome. Okay, so let's move on here. Raymond, I think I saw you in the... Yes, I did see you there. Let's get you set up here. 929. And yeah, guys, like just a little bit about me so you know who I am. I don't know, like I know I've asked you guys to subscribe to the channel to be a part of this calls thing today. That's really just to kind of help like, keep everybody that wants to be a part of this community and part of this like together, right? I just don't want to really open this up to anyone and everyone. I want people that are actually investing time, because this is time on my part and time on your part to get these claims fixed. But a little bit about me. My claim actually is in Nevada. I was a first-time filer. I filed March 15th for a PUA claim. I ran a business for Burning Man, um, and Burning Man was canceled because of the pandemic quite early on. And long story short, I waited over 72 weeks to receive payments from Nevada. I've been waiting on my appeal since November 18th. And yeah, the pandemic, I lost a lot, a lot. I have a pretty huge amount of credit card debt right now. Um, yeah, it's been very difficult, and I know Nevada's system very well, but unfortunately in Nevada, because they use contractors solely to answer their phones, at least for PUA, you can't actually get through. You can't get help on your claims and appeals. In my case, there's no point in calling because the appeals department doesn't actually take phone calls. They don't respond to emails. They don't do anything. They're very hostile in Nevada. So if you guys feel like you're really frustrated at EDD, trust me, it happens in every other state, even our neighbor Nevada next door. So keep that in mind. Like all these states are messed up as a result of this. And you guys have to understand why. They've been gutting unemployment departments for the last 30, 40 years. They haven't invested in the training. They haven't invested in, new workers and keeping existing workers that are, highly knowledgeable. They haven't invested in the infrastructure. I mean, you guys probably heard that, the computer systems are built on COBOL, programming from, I think I was like the 60s or 70s. So we're talking about very, very old architecture, and, something like the pandemic hits, it creates this perfect storm. I will say this, guys, like I work, helping people with unemployment in many states, and I am actually happier with EDD than I am many other ones. They're actively trying. When I say they, the strike force, there's a lot of pressure from, the politicians that are getting involved with this. I have seen them make some really good, important changes. Not all the changes that we need. It's not perfect by any means, but trust me, it's a lot better than a lot of other states that are out there. So, please keep that in mind when we're doing this. All right, Raymond, appreciate the patience. I've got you a call set up. Again, Raymond, you need to be answering this phone. Keep your phone on you. Look for that call coming in from 800 300 5616. All right, let's take a quick look at comments really quick, catching up. How are you? Hey, are you friends with Jenny Silver? I am aware of Jenny Silver. I wouldn't say we know each other. I think she's fantastic. Like the work she's doing in this space in terms of helping so many people do this, it's unparalleled. The knowledge that she has, the ability to keep on top of things, it's incredible. So I really, guys, encourage you to, if you're already not, like, absolutely participate with Jenny. I think she's fantastic. Also, Shelly's Millions, she's another fantastic resource in the unemployment space. They certainly know a lot more about California than I do. And I readily admit that, I'm just learning here. But at the same time, I know my domains, broadly speaking, with Nevada. But, my focus right now is California, guys, because I know a lot of you are still trying to get, claims paid. I know there's pending status issues. I know, and it just goes on and on and on. Let's see if there's any other comments here. Joey, appreciate it. Andrew, I'm on PUA. They make me certify each week, not. Yeah, I don't actually know why they're making you certify each week on Sunday and not each 2 weeks. I thought everybody in Nevada, or sorry, everybody in California certifies every Sunday. But I've also heard on the work searches that there's a bi-weekly certification. So maybe they're asking the work searches every 2 weeks. But I thought that in general, at least, in Nevada and most states, you have to certify weekly for your benefits. But I may be missing something. If someone has the answer to that, please chime in. Yeah, Terry, that's great advice. Screenshot any online applications. When I've applied on Indeed, there's usually something either from Indeed or the employer that confirms you submitted an application. That's fantastic. Yeah, guys, for the work search requirements, just screenshot things. That's the best way to do this stuff. Raymond, you got the text. Appreciate it. Thanks for that confirmation. Okay, let's get on to the next one. Yeah, Lionel, it's crazy the lengths people have to go to just to speak to someone. Too many people in need for them not to answer phones or have a strange system. Yeah, so like this is the thing. They have EDD has subcontractors that answer the phones. They're the first line. They are tier one. Every tier one agent that you're going to talk to, the first person that you talk to today is a tier one rep, and they are a subcontractor. This means that they have limited capability to change your claim. They literally don't have access or authority. They also, are working from home, most of them. They're also, really only able to answer, basic things and fix basic things. And that's why there's a big problem between when a tier one agent has an issue on your claim that they can't fix, they have to escalate it up to a tier two agent. Well, guess what? The tier two agent is actually an EDD state employee. Okay. And so, there's not enough state employees to answer the calls. That's why they brought in these subcontractors, but there's not even enough subcontractors to answer all the calls that are coming in. I was looking at data, I think from last week or the week before, and there's over 3 million calls that are coming in generally on a weekly basis. 3 million calls. And of that, 258,000 of those calls are unique callers. So that basically means you take 3 million, calls divided by 258,000, and I think that roughly works out to something like, I don't know. It's a lot of calls per person. So people are dialing on average like 13 times a day. Many of you guys are dialing much more, right? And they're only answering, I think about 5 to 10%, or maybe it's 13% of the actual calls. So this is the problem, and it's the problem in every single other state. All right, let me get on with another connection here. Terry, appreciate all of your feedback and comments in the channel, in the chat box anyways. Let me get you set up here. 530784. That's 3333. Nope. You're the first helping us through Claimyr. I can say for all of us, thank you tremendously. Yeah, guys, like, Claimyr is just an option, right? It's not the only way to do it. And yeah, I get it, right? It's unfortunate that it costs something to actually get through, but like, this is the way, like, if I could use Claimyr in Nevada, I would in a heartbeat, because my claim is worth 72 weeks worth of unemployment. And let me just put it to you this way. It's worth over $30,000, right? Like, the average claim value, generally speaking, is somewhere between $7,000 to $15,000, depending on when you filed. It could be a lot more, like me, in my case, when I filed back in March, and I was filing, benefits up until last May. Or this last May. So that being the case, to me, and this is the thing, guys, this is, if your claim is eligible, if you have, an eligible claim, all right, and like, these are guaranteed benefits. They have to legally pay you this. You might have to fight it, you might have to appeal it, but the point is that, this is your benefits. So I don't want to say this is guaranteed money, but this is as close to guaranteed money as you can get. And it's like, the hardest thing isn't so much like getting hung up on the fact that Claimyr charges. It's really about the information I'm going to share with you guys here in a little bit, is that you guys have got to reach multiple agents multiple times, because you're dealing with a bureaucracy where people are working there, and you first have to get past contractors, right? The tier one agents. I'm not saying they're all bad, right? I'm just saying that a lot of them don't have the skill sets or the training to effectively, deal with the case. The next thing is that, once you get to a tier two agent, you've got to charm the socks off of them in order for them to get them to like you enough to actually, do some good work on your claim. And like, then you need them to actually like tell you the same thing, multiple times. Because a lot of times they'll tell you something like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take care of it, and just hang tight. If you don't see claims traction, like this, I know is a fact. If you don't see claims traction in 2 to 3 days after talking with an agent, outside of a couple situations, maybe like you're waiting for a phone interview or so on and so forth, like, you need to call again. You literally had an agent that tried to get you off the phone, couldn't fix your claim, told you what you needed to do, and you've got to keep knocking on the door. Think of it this way: there's, I don't know, $10,000 on the other side of a door, and that money's yours. and you keep knocking on the door, and Oscar the Grouch opens up the door and is like, what do you want? And you're like, I want my money. And they're like, no. Or they say something nice to you and they close the door. You got to keep knocking. You just got to keep knocking on that door and being persistent, and that's why, I value my time. My time is really important, right? Like, I don't want to spend all day sitting around dialing. Like, there's so many better things I could be doing. I could be doing a walk. I could do some yoga. I could go get some groceries. I could plan a nice thing with a friend. I mean, all this stuff instead of trying to dial over and over and over again. So that's what Claimyr does. It fixes that problem, but it also gets you the ability to schedule calls when you want them. So without that, any more going on to that, Terry, I got you a callback. Okay, you're all set there. So look out for that call, 800-300-5616. Can you confirm? Great, you already confirmed it. You got the text. I appreciate you guys letting me go on my rambles here. I'll try not to bore you too much. Let's keep moving down the list. All right. So I have Doug. You are up next. 650-438. Yeah, and guys, like, this is the same situation in every bureaucracy that's out there. The first person tells you no, or tells you what, whatever you need to do to, hopefully they're great people, right? I don't argue that there's not really hardworking people that work at EDD. I won't say that at all. They're not all bad. I think there's a major issue at EDD with regards to burnout, how hard they've been working for so long. Can you imagine taking phone calls all day long from people that have not gotten their claim benefits, and knowing that people are swearing at them, that they are hostile, that they're holding the person that they talk to on the phone personally responsible for their claim, as if that person had any control over it, when it's the entire computer system, when it's a claims examiner in another department, like, it's a really tough job. And I really hope that you guys, when you guys get your callbacks today and you hopefully reach an agent today, you guys are keeping that in mind when you're talking to these agents. Every single one of them, right? Like, they've had a hard time too. And I'm telling you, the best way to go about remedying that and having a good experience with these agents is to absolutely break the ice with them. Be kind with them, ask them their name, thank them for what they're doing, and like, build a relationship with them. Because if you do that, if you're kind, you put on your best customer service, and you don't complain about how terrible EDD's treated you, right? And just realize, like, this is a really difficult situation for all of us, for me, for the person, the agent on the phone. But if we work together, we can get this stuff fixed faster. I know that that works. You can get a lot more out of people going that approach than you do by, I'm not saying any of you guys are going to do this, but by yelling at them. All right, let's see if this goes through for you, Doug. Awesome. Doug, you got a callback coming, all right? So 800-300-5616. I just want to remind everyone, there's that option to leave a message. Do not use it, okay? I'm telling you, like, I've heard some people say that the callbacks work from EDD. Look, I don't play that game. I'm not waiting for callbacks. I'm waiting on hold as long as it takes until I get an agent, okay? And look, for any of you, Tony, Joey, Lionel, Rebecca, Francesca, Raymond, Terry, and now Doug, like, if you guys get disconnected, please let me know. I'm going to be talking about callbacks and how to get connected again here shortly, but please let me know. Let me take a look at the chats here for a sec. Okay. Teresa, I've been continuously calling every day since June 13th. Teresa, yeah, so I hear you there. Yeah, I would, after about a week of calling, actually not even a week, after like 3 days of calling Nevada early on, I gave up. I said, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I literally have, for my mental health and sanity, like, it's not worth me calling all day long. And I wish that Claimyr had been an option back then. But it wasn't. So I just gave up. I mean, I was ultimately able to get through using some of the, Facebook groups and some of the tricks that were out there. But, I hear you there. It's a pain to get through to EDD. Yeah, I don't. Teresa mentioned she's emailed a few times since June 13th to ask EDD, no reply. Yeah, I'm not surprised there, guys. Like they're not responding back to much. Andrew, is the work search started or will it start from next week? Andrew, the work search started yesterday. So yesterday and going forward, you must be doing one weekly search activity unless you're on FedEd, and that requires 3 work searches per week. All right, let's see. Andrew, I see you're in the channel. I saw your message was retracted. There you are. Hey, so look, we've got 33 people in the chat box. And I just, that's great. Like, I'm glad everybody's here. I'm going through the list of getting people's callbacks right now, okay? And I, got the emails ahead of time, I checked in with them this morning. But for those of you that are watching this live stream that want a callback today, if you email me, okay, and the instructions are in the live stream description, right? So you email me with a description, if you email me with a screenshot that you're subscribed to the channel, you put in your first name and your phone number, that's all the info that I need, and I will get you guys connected today. However, I am going to cut this live stream off at about 2 hours. We will get through as many calls as I can, but I will be doing more this week, okay? So if I don't get you guys connected today, and I have your emails, just be patient. I'll announce another live stream. I'm thinking about doing probably one, maybe tomorrow, as early as tomorrow afternoon. Just a little bit later in the day to help some other people with timings, and also try and get people connected a little bit faster, because I know in the afternoons there's a little bit less volume of calls. Okay, all right, let me get another call set up here. So we just did Doug, got Terry, Raymond, Francesca. Let's get Heather set up here. All right, Heather, let's get you dialed in. 209 626 9788. All right, so I'm putting in the number here, selecting California as a state. Let's go ahead and move through. I'm going to be putting in my name, assuming I can spell it halfway decently. Awesome. Heather, I got your call dialed in. Okay. So look, keep an eye out for that phone call, 800-300-5616. Okay, guys. So for those of you that have received calls, it's been, let's see, it's been about 50 minutes here. I haven't heard any confirmations that you guys have gotten your callbacks yet, but you guys have got your texts. So really quick, Doug and Heather, also, if you can confirm that you guys got your texts, that lets me know that I actually input your... Okay, so Heather, it looks like I input your phone number incorrectly. Okay, so yeah, that's a transcription error on my side. 9787. Okay. Yeah, that's an error on my side. No worries. We'll do it again. No reason for a heart attack, right? Hey, Doug, can you confirm that you guys got a text? Heather, I'm just going to do this again. Yeah, Heather, I did the 9788. I must have written it down incorrectly from your phone number off the email that I got from you. Hey, and Tony, I want to confirm from you that, remember when we first saw that Georgia message? If you get a callback from Georgia, please let me know. There may have been some weird thing where maybe I selected the state wrong, but please let me know, like either via email or via hopefully the chat box here, that you didn't get a callback from Georgia, because we also do this in Georgia. But obviously that's not where your case is. So I want to make sure you get taken care of. If that happens for you, man, I'll make sure you get another call back, okay? All right. Cool. Let's do this again. Doug, got it. All right, appreciate it, Doug. Thank you guys for being so responsive here. And I know this is a bit of a slow process, and I appreciate your patience. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay, Heather, I think I've got that done correctly. I know I was moving quick, but hopefully that number went through the next time. Okay. All right, Rasar, hey, I recognize you, bud, from some of the comments. Joey asked a question, should I ask for a second tier associate right away? Yeah, I would do that, but politely. Okay. What I would do is I would, let the person come on and, the contractor come on and, have them look at your claim. I've seen some issues where contractors are hesitant to transfer you over to a tier two. That's not a situation that you want to find yourself in. If you think that this tier one agent has not been able to fully help you, politely, just say like, I really appreciate your help, but I'd like to be transferred if possible, to a tier two rep. If that's not feasible for you, I'd like to talk to your supervisor. Just be kind and polite about that, right? I don't believe that all tier ones are created the same. Some have more capability than others. But I will say that if you don't feel like you're getting the help that you need from a tier one, absolutely ask for a tier two. And I wouldn't say demand it. Well, yes, demand it, but demand it politely. All right. Let's see if we got it. Tony. Yeah, appreciate it, Tony. Like I said, man, I hope that didn't go through, but that was just a weird message that we had. Let's see here. I'm back at Claimyr. Okay. It's doing this weird thing again. Let me clear my browser. Need some water is what I need. All right. This is hilarious watching me try and deal with an Apple phone. No. All right, let me go back to my settings here. I'm going to clear out my cache again. I can hang on, guys. All right. Okay. I think we're good there. And then I need to go down to Safari, clear history. Cool. All right, that should get us back. All right. Cool. Okay, so I last did Heather. Victor, you are up. Terry mentions my son has had calls with good contract tier ones, was able to request extension to be added to his claim. Yeah, so I think what's interesting there, Terry, is that I think these contractors have the ability to request, but I don't know, and I could be wrong. I don't know if they have the ability to actually create change. You know what I mean? Like for example, like with this quarter pending review, this quarter review that happened on July 10th on Saturday. What I don't know is that, supposedly like if you get a pending situation that came out of that quarter review, you have to call to get that, manually fixed and manually pulled off. The question is, can a tier one actually do that? I hope so. I hope they have enough, capability, given by EDD to do that, but they may not be able to do that. They may only be able to request, aka email, maybe they instant message, maybe they call, I don't know, to get that done by an EDD rep. So that's kind of the questions, right? Like as we start to call more and more, and I hope you guys will continue to share your knowledge, right? You know, sharing it with me potentially on some video interviews or sharing it in the comments in the YouTube channel, so on and so forth, that, you know, we can start to get that information out. Because as if you walk into the situation with as much information, like you know how the game is played, you know how to deal with agents, you know what a tier one and tier one, you know, can and can't do. Like this is huge. You take your level of effort from like running around with your head cut off, hoping someone's going to help you, to knowing exactly what you need, how to do it, what these agents can and can't help with. And now, you know, with something like Claimyr, you guys can get through when you need to get through. Like your claims get paid much faster and you keep, you know, your claim status in good standing. So that's kind of like we're trying to get, right, is to the level of education, the level of knowledge, right? But a lot of these are little gaps that, you know, I don't know everything. So it's going to be, you know, incumbent on you guys to hopefully share that with me and share this with your other, you know, folks in this space, because this unemployment situation isn't, you know, going away anytime soon. We still got a lot of time left. And yeah. All right, let me get Victor set up here. Victor, appreciate you emailing me. All right, we're going through. We're selecting. The other thing too, guys, like if you know people that need callbacks like this, like I'm willing to keep doing this. All right, my time, my advice, and all this stuff. Like, um, let them know. Like, I will, you know, have them sign up just like you did. I mean, obviously, I'll be making some more live stream announcements. But if you guys know some people that need some help and, you know, want these callbacks, and again, just these connections to EDD, and then they want the help that I'm going to be providing with regards to, you know, the strategies about how to contact people, how to deal with agents, how to deal with disconnects, you know, all that good stuff. Like, you know, send them to the channel. You know, help me grow this out a little bit. You know, I don't have you know, a ton of people, and that's perfectly fine. I kind of like it small and cozy, but I also know we're literally talking about hundreds of thousands of people that need help. So guys, like, pay it forward for sure. Okay, Victor, let's see if we can get this one to go through for you. Awesome. Victor, you should be getting a call back from 800-300-5616. So Victor, please let me know that you got that text. That way I know I've got your phone number done correctly. And actually, Heather, can you confirm? Okay, Heather, thank you. You got the text. I was a little worried. Victor, please confirm that you got the text as well, my friend. All right. Let's see. Who do I have next here? Okay, I got an email from Ben and Peter, but I don't know if you guys have checked in to the live stream. So you guys are outstanding. Now I'm gonna go switch over to my email here. So we've done 10 calls, guys. I'm gonna switch over to my email here because I think a few more of you have emailed me, and I'd like to help you guys out. So let me do that. Okay, cool. Guys, I'm just looking through my email. I've got Teresa, Teresa, Crystal, Dan, and Paul. Okay, so that's who I'm going to be working with next. Yeah, and so again, any of you that are in the live stream that have a situation with your EDD claim, okay, and like I said, most claim issues can be solved by calling in. The only one I'm a little unsure of is, you know, by calling in, can you get your phone interview speeded up? I would argue that you can. I'll tell you about that in a bit. I think if you're in appeals, at least in Nevada, like calling doesn't help. I don't know if calling will get your appeals speeded up. But I would say for pretty much everything else, benefit year-end issues, you know, wage verification issues, you know, any type of pending status, like I just don't think that waiting around is really a viable solution. I think that, you know, taking some action, whether you're calling on your own behalf or you're using a service like I'm doing here with, with Claimyr, like it's just much faster to call. Unfortunately, I think a lot of people don't understand that, like, yeah, it's so hard to get through, but there's the whole other secondary nature of, like, okay, when I was mentioning this earlier, you have the disconnects, you have the issues with, reaching a good qualified agent. Like, an agent will literally, like, make you feel good. Like, oh yeah, your claims, just in processing, just need to wait a little bit longer. And you're just so happy that you reached an agent. And meanwhile, a week goes by and nothing happens on your claim. Well, that's how you measure it. That's how you literally measure it, guys. Like, when you get it locked in your head, like, if I'm not seeing claim traction, in 2 to 3 business days, period, call back in. You guys are so lucky, like, so lucky in California. They're working 7 days a week and you can call 7 days a week. Like, I can't tell you, like, so many other states, like, they're open from 8 to 4 Monday through Friday. And so you lose the weekend, and let's say you're working right now, like, you can't call after 5 p.m. in other states. Like, you guys are so lucky in California to have the opportunity to be able to call and reach multiple agents. And guys, like I said, the trick is this. You are probably, unless you get lucky, but on average, you're gonna need to reach agents 2 to 4 times like, to get a single issue fixed, because the first agent might not have the skill or training. The second agent might forget to, send an email. The third agent is the one that actually gets your claim done. And sure enough, you see information in 2 to 3 days after that your claim gets updated, or they do it on the spot. That's the other cool thing that I really love about EDD, is that when you're reaching a tier 2 rep, a lot of times I get constant reports that people are getting their claims fixed on the phone. Literally, like, the agent says, okay, I fixed your claim. And I'll tell you this, if you get that from an agent, they say, I fixed your claim, make sure that you refresh your page. Make sure that you're actually seeing that on your side before you get off the phone with them. And I can't tell you, I see a lot of people that get paid literally by talking to a tier 2 agent that same day. So there's a whole different wide range of time frames to get these claims solved. Sometimes they're solved over the phone. But if you're not seeing traction, this is the general ground rule. If you're not seeing traction every 2 to 3 days, you need to start calling again. Well, not just start calling, you need to reach an agent again. All right. So let me get some more of these calls set up here. Teresa, I'm grabbing yours right now. Bear with me. I got to copy this down manually. All right. Dan, I'm getting your info now. What are we doing on time here, guys? 9:03. Okay, so those first calls were sent out coming up on about an hour ago. If you guys could give me an update, if you had any disconnects, if you've had any issues, and those, again, guys, like, when you do get those callbacks, please continue to press 9, every 10 minutes. It seems to help with the disconnects, okay? Please do that. And yeah, like I said, please, if you've gotten a callback, please let the group know. We're trying to find out how long the callbacks are taking today. But I will say, I do expect it to take longer than an hour at this point. All right, Paul, I'm getting your info here. So this is what's important too, right? Is that you guys start to see that even by using, a paid service like this, there are significant hold times, that are coming in on certain days of the week, right? Like, for example, if you're trying to call on your own behalf, calling on a Monday is probably not a great idea first thing in the morning. Like, it's probably not. The chances of you getting through are slimmer than none, right? I know I've seen some anecdotal reports out there that calling in the afternoon is a little bit faster. Calling later in the week is a little bit better, right? So if you're calling on your own, and I encourage you to do so, don't try and call Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday first thing in the morning. It's nuts. It's nuts. If Claimyr can't get through in less than an hour, I assure you, your chances of getting through on your own are like hitting the lottery. So give yourself that time back, right? Like, learn to place calls at strategic times. And at the same time, if you're going to use Claimyr, learn to, pick Claimyr at strategic times as well. And we're going to be doing some more live streams, right? So we can actually find out like when is the best time. Because I want this live stream, guys, to be a heck of a lot more interactive, right? I want you guys to get a call back, and I want you guys, you know, for me to schedule the call, right? To purchase the order for you. And I want you guys to get that call back while we're doing the live stream. And I want you guys to be able to like say like, hey, like this is what the agent told us. And of course, like, great, Claimyr worked, but you know, this is the information that the agent told me about my claim. So we can, you know, kind of start, you know, hacking this, right, guys? Like, learn what are the best days to call, what are the right times to call, you know, what are the agents saying specifically? Like, we can start to really crowdsource this information. So I'm doing this on a Monday just because I wanted to see what this looks like from a time perspective. But yeah, guys, like, we'll do some more of these. All right, let's jump back. I've got emails squared up. I'm coming back to the live stream. I'm going to check up on comments really quick. All right. Yeah, so Terry, that's a great point. Nicholas, the tier one sent an email request to the tier two department, but at least he didn't have to risk being transferred to tier two and possibly have the call dropped. Yeah, so that's a totally valid point, Terry. I I personally think you want both out of a tier one. So I think out of a tier one, you want them to email a tier two, and then I think you want to ask them to transfer you to a tier two, right? So again, because when you get that connection, it's so important to try and continue, you know, moving up the chain until you actually reach somebody that's, you know, capable of helping you. But I think at the same time, right, like asking them to email right at the forefront, that's helpful too. But I know that there's a lot of disconnects, guys, happening between a tier one transferring over to the EDD state employee who's a tier two rep. Okay. And that's part of the game, guys. Like, you just have to realize that I don't care if you're using Claimyr or you're calling on your own you know, your own self. Like, you have a good chance of getting disconnected. Hopefully pressing 9, you know, helps with those disconnects. I have a lot of people that tell me that that actually works. Now, does it work every time? No, I can't say that, but it helps. Anything, these are little tiny tricks, right, to help you guys, you know, stay connected. All right, let me get another call set up here for Teresa. I know you've been waiting patiently. Let me get that set up for you here, Teresa. My phone hopefully works. My browser does not seem to want to play ball here. Okay, I'm going to do a quick phone restart. I don't trust phones. At least when they start acting up. Yeah, so we're kind of waiting for that. Let me go through a couple more comments here. Dan, I reached out to my assembly member. Her staff contacted me a week later, and we have interacted several times. They have a system. They enter the claim information and will wait for a response for 2 weeks. Yeah, Dan, we have kind of a similar situation here in Nevada. I actually submitted all my appeal information last week. Probably should have done a lot sooner. I've been told by, you know, a couple legislative members in Nevada, legislators in Nevada, that they have a way to contact EDD, but I don't know what that time frame looks like. I really do encourage you guys to try and attack this from all different approaches, whether it's emailing your legislators, you know, heck, even your representatives, or, you know, your council members, like whatever you need to do. But I will say this, I know this for a fact, calling is the fastest way. Like, waiting for someone else and their department to reach another department and the people, like, and all that coordination, it works, but it's slower. That's just it. I don't discourage that, but I'm interested in trying to help you guys get your funds in your account much faster. And I know that calling can do that if you do it correctly. So appreciate it, Dan. All right, guys, I'm getting my phone booted back up. Teresa, I'm trying to get your phone squared away. All right. Okay, I know that we've got my screen seems to come down. Let me double check. I'll be bringing up the phone guys here in just a sec. Yeah, it's so strange. I will be looking to try and find a little better way to be making these calls, guys, in the future. So just be patient. All right. Okay. Teresa, finally back up and running. I'm just going to do this manually on my phone so we can knock that together here. Yeah. All right. No worries. Okay. 650 622 7321 EDD. That's so weird. So sometimes I get these like goofy little errors. Again, I think it's on my side. Hang tight, guys. Teresa, I'm still working on programming your calls. Victor, appreciate the update. Guys, I'm just checking to see if there's been any updates from anyone here. Paul, I see you. Nice. We got a confirmation. Lionel just got my call. Tony and Joey got their calls. Fantastic. Okay, guys, so it's taken about a little bit less than an hour to get through. Awesome. I'm guys looking. Just kind of keeping through. Looks like 3 on hold. Thanks, Terry, for helping to moderate this a little bit. Yeah, I don't have any help, so any help is always appreciated. Thanks, Terry. Terry, appreciate it. Keep me posted on where you're at with your callback. All right. Let's see if we can get this up and going again. This is so weird. I haven't had this issue before. Okay. Teresa, let's try it again. 650 622 7321. Okay, Terry, I'm just going through here and setting this up. Bear with me. And like I said, Crystal, Dan, and Paul, you guys are up next. Sweet. Let's see if that goes through. Okay. Hey, Teresa, got the success message for you. I know it's probably a little blurry, but it's there. Okay. You need to be looking out from a call from 800 300 5616. Okay. All right. Let's get on to Crystal. All right. 404 543 9941. And guys, like, I really encourage you. I know you guys are going to start getting on hold with EDD, one of the really important things that you guys need to be aware of is that by me purchasing these calls for you today, you guys are getting effectively 6 calls for the next 48 hours with Claimyr. All right, I'm gonna explain how that works. Okay, it's all based off the text messages that they send you, and it's based off the fact that I'm purchasing these calls for you on your behalf. And I want you to really pay attention to what I'm going to talk about when I get these calls finally programmed in terms of how to use those callbacks that Claimyr offers. Okay, because you guys can do some really serious work over the next 48 hours in terms of getting your claims fixed because you guys got these callbacks, during today's live stream. So please, when we get to that section, really pay attention because again, like those callbacks can use very strategically to get past disconnects and get past agents that aren't helping you. Okay, so we'll keep that in mind. All right, so let's see. Yep, Crystal, got you squared. I'm getting your details all put together. Okay, Becca says my call dropped. Okay, so good time to go into this right now. So Rebecca, this is what I recommend. You should have gotten a text message, correct, from Claimyr asking how your call went. All right. And within that text message, you should have seen something along the lines that states, if your call got disconnected, press yes. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to take that text message and I do want you to reply yes, assuming that you've got the time to connect again. All right. So if you don't have the time to take another call back, might take another hour or so, depending on how busy the system is right now. Don't press yes. But if you do want to call back, we will start calling immediately. All right, on for you on your behalf on that call. So please confirm that you've hit yes. Make sure that works for you. And then again, you're just going to be doing the same thing. You're waiting until you get that call back from that 800 number that we've already covered there. So that being said, that's how the callbacks work broadly. But I would say again, like if this isn't the right time to use a callback, maybe you want it a little bit later in the afternoon. Maybe you have some errands that you want to do. Just keep that in mind, okay? Francesca, got a callback. Awesome. Good to hear. Raymond, your call dropped. Okay, guys, so look, realize like if you guys were calling on your own behalf, like you guys would be getting disconnected. This is not an issue on Claimyr's side. This is literally an issue that we're seeing with EDD's phone system, okay? So Raymond, I just covered this. If your call dropped and you want to call back here within the next hour or so, respond back to the text and say yes, all right? And that will use, so let's talk about the callback. So from what I understand, Claimyr's current policy is this. I think it's like you get 5 callbacks within 48 hours. But if you think about it, you purchase the first you purchase the first phone call, and then you get 5 more. So you actually have a total of 6 calls during a 48-hour period. So guys, think about that, right? Like you could potentially make up to 6 calls per day, but that means you're, somehow talking to 6 agents per day, which probably isn't very realistic. So I would recommend that you space these out a little bit more, and I'll break that down a little bit. But Raymond, if you want another call right now, or you want one later in the afternoon, either way, press yes when you want that call back to start, dialing on your behalf, and then Claimyr will send that back over to you. Okay. Yeah, Joel, it potentially is another wave of pending hell. Awesome. Raymond's dropped to, yeah, so I just covered that. Thank you, Terry. Okay, Joey's on hold, waiting for a second tier associate. Teresa says, I will contribute money to you. You don't need to contribute money to me, Teresa. That's generous. But guys, like, I don't ever want a donation from you guys. I want you guys to just take action, okay? I want you to, call, whether you're using Claimyr, using a paid service. I want you guys to share with your friends, right? Like calling works. Calling gets your claim paid. Claimyr doesn't get your claim paid. Claimyr just gets you through in terms of, being able to talk to an agent, right? So that's how you guys can repay me. You guys can repay me with, leaving good comments potentially. You guys can repay me potentially by, yeah, doing an interview with me and just, tell me about your claim. Tell me about your story. Terry, got my call on hold. Okay, Tony says he's got put on hold again. All right. Cool, guys. I'm going to try and get this all squared up here for Crystal. Crystal, I know I've been a little bit doing stop and start on you, but that's how I roll, unfortunately. Let's get you dialed in. And Dan, I appreciate you waiting too. And guys, look, I would really hope that you guys would help out the channel by like, because we're going to close the live stream, after about, I don't know, about 2 hours or so. Like, I hope you guys will come back into the live stream and leave some, comments in the description areas and all that good stuff. Like, letting people know that this live stream actually worked, because there's a lot of people that look at these live streams and they're like, okay, this guy's a total scam. I'm not a scam. My name's Nicholas. I've been doing this for a long time. Like, this is my first live stream in California. Help me get this out, that these live streams are helping people get connected to EDD. I think a lot of people are going to be kind of blown away by, this actually works, and, that we can hopefully, get some people into contact with these agents that, need to get, their claims fixed. So help me out there, please. And Crystal, I'm just finishing up your order here. Appreciate your patience. Mm-hmm. 4647 Appreciate your patience, guys. I'm still programming here on my side. Okay, Crystal, I have a success message for you, okay? Okay, screen. I know you can't see it, but it's there. All right, you need to be looking for a callback from 800-300-5616. Okay, guys, I'm trying to keep this train moving for you. Dan, you are up. So, Dan, let me get you set up. Dan, are you still in the chat box here, bud? I know you've been waiting patiently since early on. Okay, Rebecca says I replied yes. Joel, do I work for Claimyr? Yes. So, guys, full disclosure, my brother Tom Maxon started Claimyr. And the reason he started Claimyr was because he had an unemployment claim that he needed help with. And he called me and he's like, hey, Nick, like, how do I get this unemployment claim done in California? So I helped him. And what ended up happening from there was I was, there in Nevada living at the time. And he goes through, gets his claim, gone through, and he finds out he has to call EDD. So he turns around and calls me back like 2 weeks later. You guys are going to laugh at this. And he goes, and he's not a programmer, by the way. He just, he had some time on his hands. He's like, so I built a tool that calls. And I was like, can you do it for Nevada? Anyways, he couldn't do it for Nevada because Nevada's phone systems are a little bit different. But yeah, so I helped my brother Tom for the first couple months while he was trying to get the business going. I was going through some really difficult mental issues. I went through a divorce. I moved back in with my parents. It was bad, and I left. I couldn't help my brother. I couldn't really show up for myself at that point in time, let alone show up and help my brother day in and day out. And then, last May, my brother gave me a call and said that they were looking for some help with, YouTube. And so I said, that's the only job I'd ever want to do for you, because it's the job that allows me to actually work with, people that are, in the same situation that I am, with my claims not being fulfilled. I get to work with you guys, and I actually get to work on YouTube, which I've never done before. So guys, this is all like new to me. I'm just winging it. I'm no expert on this kind of thing. So yeah, I hope that helps you guys give, full transparency there. I work for Claimyr. But again, like, I have complete discretion over what I do on my YouTube channel. And yeah, there you go. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, I read chats, loyalty. I'm just trying to catch up. I'm trying to deal with, multiple people that have sent me emails. So if you want a callback, I need you to go back to the YouTube description, the live description. You'll see in there like how to get a callback. You need to email me with a description, or email me with a screenshot that you have, subscribed to the channel, and give me your first name and your phone number, and I'll get you set up. No, JT. Yeah, I didn't create it. No. That's all credit to my brother for sure. Right on. Thanks for helping us. Okay, Dan. Sorry, man. Back to doing good work. Yeah. So guys, like, this is a, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's a family company. I mean, again, I didn't co-found it or any of that kind of thing. It was literally founded by two, like, not two, but it was founded by my brother, who was unemployed. I'm unemployed. Like, I think we've got like 6 people that work, and most of them are our customer service team, which you guys haven't heard about, but is crazy good, right? We're a super tiny company. Like, we're not some huge corporate. Yeah, I mean, I'm working out of my home with my Daft Punk posters in the back. Like, we're not killing it. We haven't, put prices out that are like really crazy high, because, like, again, like, we're actually a company with a mission that isn't, about like, trying to rip people off for this. You see how generous our callback policy is, even though, like, we do have people that abuse that callback policy, because it costs us every time we call. Like, I don't know. It's hard to overcome, like, the amount of, people that are really upset that we charge. People think we're a scam. People think we're listening to phone calls. I mean, yada, 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 yada. And it's like, that's not what we do. I have a civil engineering degree. I have a code of ethics that I need to, keep my license in good standing. Like, I can't be associated with a company that does bad and unethical things. I have no criminal record. Like, neither does anyone in the company. But there's a lot of people that look at this service, and they're just like, it's a scam. Well, yeah, that's fine. Don't get paid. That's your option. Don't be smart about it. Spend weeks dialing. Like, again, and we've consciously made the choice, right, to put this at a price point that, I think you can get your first call for like $15, using that referral program. So all that being said, like, we do need to keep the lights on our side, but we do help a lot of people. And I want to continue to make sure that people get help. And, this is definitely a way to give back to the community, which is something that's really important to me. But at the same time, guys, like, yeah, we're kind of all in this together, for sure. Hey, Dan, sorry for all the rambling. I've got you a success message. Okay. You're going to be getting that callback. Cool. Let's take a look at chats really quick. Susan says, Claimyr was great. I was disconnected 8 times and they hooked me up with callbacks every time. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. So, like, yeah, in a certain point, right? Like, we do have to, cover our bills, right? Like, again, we have people that we pay to help with our customer service side. We have our developers, and trust me, like, none of us are driving around fancy cars. Like we're not. I don't know what's that, Scrooge McDuck. Do you remember, like, the Disney cartoon where they're like, rolling around and, like, just a room full of money. Like that's not what's going on here, guys. Like what is going on here is that we have a service that helps people. We have a service that helps you guys reach EDD agents when you need to you know when you need to get your claim fixed. But on the other hand, we also acknowledge that paying for Claimyr and not having the ability to deal with the fact that there are a lot of disconnects that occur. Like we take care of you guys in that sense. We enable you guys to get those 5 free callbacks, right? And those are part of that text message that you guys see, and that's within 48 hours. And then if there's additional issues above and beyond that, you can contact our customer support team and we'll help. But look, on the other side of this, right? Like we have a company to run and, we do need to keep our lights on. We need to keep growing. I need to keep being able to, show up and help you guys, the whole 9 yards. So at the same time, like when it comes to the callbacks, like don't abuse it. Like don't abuse it, guys. And I don't think you guys will, but like we have people, I know this, I was talking with our customer care head a couple days ago, and she's like, yeah, I had a person that purchased Claimyr, used the 5 callbacks, and then proceeded to ask me for 15 more callbacks. She's like, what do you think I should do? And I was like, well, I'm not your manager, because we don't really have that right now because we're so small. But I said, you can't give like 15 callbacks, to somebody. It's like at a certain point, like, figure out what's going on. I mean, look, I know for myself that generally speaking, with the disconnects, you should be able to connect on average at least 50 to 60% of the time. Okay. So if you get 6 callbacks, that means you should talk to an agent approximately three times out of 6. Okay. And a lot of people come back and use Claimyr multiple times. So anyways, that's an option there. Let's get this last one set up for Paul. Nice, Dan. Appreciate it. I'm glad you got your text. Yeah, Teresa, of course. Susan, EDD sucks. They can't handle the call volume. Thank you. Wish you all. Yeah, Susie or Susan, that's Heather. You got the call. I'm on hold now. Awesome. Congratulations, Heather. Again, guys, like I know sounds like a stupid little trick, and sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. But press 9 every 10 minutes or so. It seems to help with the system. Okay. Loyalty over money, sent the email. I will tell everybody to subscribe to your channel. Yeah, guys, like I appreciate all that for sure. Loyalty, I'll be checking my email in just a minute. I've got one more connection to get it set up here for Paul. Hopefully Paul's still around. Paul, you still around, bud? No, this is a long time waiting for all these connections to go through. All right. Okay, I'm just going through here, Paul, and I'm getting your claim squared away. Loyalty, like I said, just hang tight. Andrew says, if you're hiring, I would totally work for you guys. I'm just not asking. Andrew, I like that. That was awesome, man. So it's kind of funny with the work searches that just went up. I think that would probably qualify. Honestly, if you took a screenshot of this, said, if you're hiring, I would totally work for you guys. I'm just not asking to satisfy the job search requirement. Paul, I see you. Got you, bud. Yeah, I bet you dollars to donuts, like 100%. If you did a screenshot, that would count for a work search activity. I'm sorry, we're not hiring at this point because again, we're not growing. There's a lot of people that, yeah, for whatever reason, don't want to use a paid service. They think we're a scam, all that good stuff, or they'd rather dial all day, or they'd rather wait. There's a lot of reasons out there. So anyways, we're a small company. If we are hiring, I will certainly be reaching out and letting you guys know via the YouTube channel, of course. Yeah, I would love to get more people. It's a great company to work for because it's the first company. So I used to work for Microsoft for a long time, and I will just say I have actually no shame about saying it. It was a super toxic work culture. It was gross. Like, did not like working there. The money was never worth the pain and suffering. And the worst part about that job was I was actually working with offshoring jobs. Yep. Like my department literally took American jobs and put them over in India and Manila. And that's a really common thing that a lot of these big companies do. So I finally had enough of it and left. And I've been like looking for my next job. Yeah, I'll explain quarterly reviews here in just a sec. I want to get caught up here on these connections. Again, this one is for Paul. Yeah, so I was looking for my next job after the pandemic. You know, I had my personal business, which is I do Burning Man RV rentals, and that's been shut down for the last 2 years. And when I got the opportunity to come work for my brother's company that like actually does something good, like really good, and has a lot of really important plans for the future to do some really good things for people with unemployment in terms of like, you know, there's just a lot of great stuff coming down the pipeline. I believe in what we do. Like, it's the first company I've ever had the opportunity to work for that I actually like my job, and at the same time I love what the company's mission is, which is not gouging people. We're not venture capital funded, any of that. Like we nobody owns us. So it's a pretty cool space. All right, hey, Paul, heads up, you're getting a callback. I know that's probably blurry and all that stuff, but yeah, keep an eye out for 800-300-5616. Joel Ferrier, all you need to do, let's take a look at comments really quick. Loyalty, I'll get to you in just a sec, okay? All right, no problem. I've been stressing this is my life, working 2 days a week and cutting it. Yeah, I hear you guys. I hear you. Andrew asks, is the certification process will be changed? Joel, I'm trying to catch up on comments, guys. Awesome. So we've got 40 people here right now as viewers. Yeah, I encourage you, if you guys want a callback, please email me. Look at the description on this live stream and you'll see how to get that. All right. I'm just looking for some questions that I can easily answer. Let me, without your brother, sorry, yeah, Teresa, that's a really good point. So she mentioned without my brother starting Claimyr, many of us would not have gotten anywhere for EDD. Yeah, I mean, it's true. Like, I know for a fact that, and you guys, like, I'm not trying to shill anything. I'm literally just telling you, like, I look at the reviews that we get over on a website called Trustpilot, and it's crazy. Like how many people put up reviews that, I mean, it kind of looks scammy to be honest, because they're like most of them are 5-star. But like people put up there like I called using Claimyr, I had a number of disconnects, yada yada yada, use the callback features, right? And I got through. And that gets a 5-star review. And I'm like, yeah, but did you get paid? Like, then the next comment will come through and a lot of people do get paid. So look, I know that this product gives people a lot of hope. And that's why I'm doing the YouTube channel. It's to get people to be obviously aware that Claimyr exists, but that there is hope and there's an effective way to get your benefits, you know, working faster. Let's kind of look at this. Dan just got my call on hold. Dan, that's fast, man. That is great. So guys, keep that in mind. Like as we go a little bit longer in the day, like calls end up coming in a lot quicker. Good stuff. Paul, appreciate it. You got the text. You're all set. Loyalty over money. Let's get your call set up. Let me grab that from my email here before I keep talking. Could you help me? I just sent an email. Stephanie, I saw that. Terry, very glad your brother started Claimyr. Very happy I found your channel. Yeah, I appreciate the kind words, guys. Like, yeah, guys, like help me, like do me a favor, like help me grow it. You know, come on, do an interview with me. You know, you don't have to share your personal info. Like tell me what's going on with your claim. You know, share with other people what's going on with your claim. Share potentially how you got your claims fixed. Share your tips and tricks. Like these are all important things, right? Because there's so many people, there's just a lack of information out there. And you guys know these Facebook groups, they're great in some aspects, but it's really hard. It's really hard to find great information in one location, right? this is why Ginny and Shelly, like, you know, what they're doing on their YouTube channel are so fantastic, because they're covering, you know, the big broad claim issues. But I'm trying to like get down like one level deeper, which is like, what are specific people having issues with on their claims? And yeah, I talk about, you know, like the big things that are changing, work searches and all that. But I'd love to hear from you guys, like what's going on with your claim? What's going on with your story? If you feel comfortable, of course, okay? All right, let me go back to emails here. Andrew, I'm the next Jenny Silver in the making. Yeah, I wouldn't go so far as that. Jenny is like on a different level. Let's be real. She's I think she's got the, you know, she's got her viewers' trust as paramount. Um, I think she's completely honest. I think she's yeah, I think she's fantastic, and it's just incredible how fast she can do things. Okay, let's get some more here. Loyalty over money. Got you set up, man. And I'm sorry, I'm going to be using, well, I don't actually have to. I'm trying not to use your guys, like share your guys' personal information online, but you have to bear with me. We are effectively a community. I got someone from Lay Low. If Lay Low is in the video chat, please. If Gorlon is in the video chat, please check in via the chat box. You guys got to bear with me. I know there's a difference between your YouTube names and your personal names. I don't really need your personal name, but I need to verify like your email is the same person that's actually talking to me in the chat box here. And Stephanie, I've got you here. Cool. So I'm really actually pretty pleased. I was afraid this was going to take a lot longer to get you guys connected, but I've seen a couple people get disconnected, but hopefully they're using those callbacks, which is great. Okay, I've got the emails here. I'm coming back to the live stream. Yeah, Facebook is drama. Shelly, Jenny, and yourself are facts, not overhyped drama. Yeah, I mean, I think I've gotten a lot of help from Facebook, guys. I have, like the Nevada groups over there, but I will say that it's a total time suck. Like I can't doom scroll for hours and hours and hours and find like one tiny little juicy piece of gold, but I need a lot of gold in terms of information how to get my claim fixed, right? So that's why I think that you know, Jenny, Shelly, there's a couple other folks, you know, some of the work that I'm trying to do here. But not to brag, but I'm kind of giving you guys like the holy grail on this. Like I know enough to get you guys in trouble in a good way, all right? But by doing these live streams and helping people that, you know, maybe are too afraid to use Claimyr, maybe think it's a scam, and probably more importantly, for people that can't afford, right? You know, the $15 or $20 to call on their behalf, right? By kind of giving back to the community in that sense, like we can create a lot of change for people, like directly impacting like claim outcomes and getting people's, you know, benefits back in their bank accounts much faster. I mean, we're talking about saving cars, apartments, you know, food, groceries, the whole nine yards. Like that's to me what it's about at a minimum. All right, let me get this next one up here. So Thomas, you know who you are. I'm getting you set up now. Yeah, and guys, like, I appreciate your patience. As you can tell, like, I'm not a professional YouTuber. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Um, yeah, I'm not an expert, like, you know, in terms of like trying to balance out like emails, trying to set up calls for you guys. Like, I appreciate your patience, is what I'm telling you. All right, Thomas, I'm getting you dialed in here, man. Hey, for those of you that have received calls, can you please give us all an update? Like, are you on hold still? Did you use a callback? Have you talked to a tier one agent? You know, what's going on? Give us an update, please, and thank you. Hmm. Yeah, and for those of you guys that kind of came in late, I did have my phone screen up on the actual live stream earlier, but I'm having some technical difficulties. Imagine that. And I'm just programming your number on Claimyr.com right now via my phone. Okay. And literally, I'm doing this manually with my, well, I wouldn't say large hands, but very large fingers compared to these tiny little screens. Okay, I think we're done here. Let's make sure this goes through for you, Thomas. Okay, yeah. So, Thomas, there is a success message for you here, okay? So what that means is this, man. You guys are, sorry, you're going to be getting a text message. Sorry, I've been talking too much, guys. Bear with me. You're going to be getting a callback from Claimyr, and it's going to come from 800-300-5616, okay? I need you to stay on hold, all right? I need you to press 9 every 10 minutes or so that you're on hold. It helps with the disconnects. Once you reach an agent, I want you to not yell at them. I don't want you to scream at them. I want you to charm their socks off. I also want you to have a name, or sorry, a pen and a paper ready. I want you to take notes when you're talking to these folks, okay? Because what you guys are trying to do is you're trying to, because not all agents are going to give you the same information, which means some of the information is right and some of it's not right. I need you guys to take notes on this stuff. And that way, if you start using Claimyr or calling agents on your own behalf, whatever, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the story to match up between the agents. And if the story matches up, then you know you're working with good agents, most likely. Okay? So keep notes on this stuff when you're talking to the agents, all right? And like, Terry was mentioning earlier, if you're talking, the first person you're going to talk to is a tier 1 agent. They are a contractor, a subcontractor specifically. They don't have a ton of capability, let alone much capability, if at all, to actually change claims. What they can do is they can email. They can email tier 2s, and tier 2 reps are actual EDD employees. And look, they're trying to not transfer you to a tier 2 rep. They're trying, they don't want to do this. And that's a mandate coming from EDD. EDD is telling these subcontractors, try not to send us calls. Okay, fine. But if you guys can't get your claim fixed over the phone, and most claims can be fixed over the phone, they really, really, really can. Okay. I really encourage you to ask that tier 1 rep to get you, connected over to a tier 2. Now, the problem is there's a high likelihood that you'll get disconnected during that transfer. Okay, guys? So I'm going to take a look at comments here. Let's catch back up. Yeah, Joel, I appreciate the comment. This is a great live stream. Next week, people will need it again because not everyone's certified this weekend. Yeah, I'm kind of curious, like, what happened over the weekend. Okay, Doug says, I just finished my call with EDD and was told I have to wait for the interview. Also was told they're at the second week of April for getting interviews out. They're at the second week of April. Holy cow. Yeah, so I've heard this, that interviews are taking 6 to 13 weeks, guys. I have not heard that calling helps get interviews done faster. And that's a really unfortunate situation to be in. But look, Doug, keep up the hope. The other thing to do is this, Doug, you've got those extra callbacks. Why not use them? What I would consider doing is this. I would literally consider calling and using those callbacks and trying to sweet talk your way into getting any information as to whether or not your claim could possibly be interviewed a little bit faster. Can't hurt. All it takes is someone to say, yes, I know somebody. Because you guys got to realize, like, there's people at EDD that have worked there for years. I mean, these are state employees. So you might find someone that you charm the socks off of, right? And she's worked there for 10, 15, years, or he, right? Doesn't matter. And they know you need a phone interview. And because they like you enough, they're like, well, guess what? I go to lunch with a phone interviewer every week. I can get you bumped over. Let me email my buddy or my friend. That's how these things work. That's how you navigate through bureaucracy. So Doug, like, think about it, right? You got those callbacks. You can spend the time to reach an agent and sweet talk your way into this. Anything's possible. You just got to find the right person. All right. Terry. Yep. Appreciate the help, Terry. Um, success. I'm waiting on a callback. Awesome. Heather's talking with the rep. Fantastic. Please keep us posted. Terry, I think Doug was talking about that's how far back, like they're working on callbacks as far back as April. Like that's where they're at. So you know, that's what, June, May. It's like a little over 12 weeks, and that's kind of what I've heard. So but I have heard this. Phone interviews are taking 6 to 12 weeks. Teresa, I will share my story once I get results from EDD. Awesome. Loyalty, just got the message. Okay, Loyalty, man. Thomas, sorry, man. Make sure you stay on hold, okay? Do not use their callback service. Doug, I will. Patience is everything. I'm honored. I don't want to. Yeah, Andrew, appreciate it, man. Lots of information. Hey, Andrew, did you need a callback, man? I mean, I know you've been pretty active in the comments around there. I just wasn't sure if you actually need some help. Okay, let me get on to the next callback here, because I know we've got Gorlon. Yeah, Doug says that's correct. They're about 10 to 12 weeks to get an interview. So, Doug, like, try my tips, man. Like, I've seen it work. Victor says, I've heard 12 to 16 weeks to be scheduled for interviews. Nice. Yeah, that is atrocious, and I think it's worth trying to see if you can get a rep to like come to really like you, and you know, potentially see if that phone interview can be sped up, because that's just crazy. I mean, effectively at that point, like you're almost in appeal status. I mean, like I said, I was telling you guys, I've been waiting for my appeal in Nevada since November 18th. And unfortunately, like there's no way, like, because all the contractors in Nevada, sorry, all the people that answer phones for PUA claims in Nevada, none of them are state employees. And therefore, like, they're all contractors and they don't know anybody at the appeals department. So there's no way I could like somehow sweet talk my way into having them do that. Whereas if you guys get to a tier 2 rep, and Doug, this is really important, I guess, to make sure we're talking about the same thing. If you get to a tier 2 rep, which is important, you got to sweet talk your way into getting to a tier 2 rep. A tier 2 rep is a EDD employee. If you talk to an EDD employee, there is a chance that they know somebody in the phone interview department. Or they might be able to look at your claim ahead of time and realize you don't need an interview. That happens too, guys. Like, they can fix things and take them out of the phone interview process. So you guys are starting to realize, right? Like, this is just because they tell you no doesn't mean that there's not a way to find an answer yes. You just have to talk to people in a different way and talk to different people with different levels of skill sets and build that relationship with them. All right? So keep that in mind, Doug. Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate the heads up. All right, guys. Gorlon, I'm getting your call set up here. I'm almost done. Cool. See if this goes through. Okay, looks like that card might be done. Let me try another card here. Appreciate the patience, guys. I think a lot of people that we've got connected on this are waiting on hold or are actually talking to agents. So I can't wait to hear the feedback that comes back. Why so many problems at EDD now as opposed to a year ago in the height? All this dysfunction seems by design. Well, I think there's some truth to your comment, Daniel. You know, again, and this isn't just California, they have not invested in building up unemployment for many, many years. We're talking decades. So that being the case, um, it's not really surprising. The other problem is it takes a long time to actually train anybody to be able to do these claims really effectively. Um, yeah, okay, guys, I'm gonna have to get another card set up here. Yeah, so it takes a long time to get an EDD agent actually, because they're state employees, to get them trained, right? And think about this, like I don't even know if they're back in the office at this point. I don't. I mean, the EDD offices in person, I don't think those have opened up. So there's issues there. Teresa, you're on hold now. Awesome. Appreciate it. So yeah, like training is probably like they haven't been able to train people effectively. They haven't been able to train people in person, which if you ever try to train remote, you know how difficult that is, or maybe impossible in some cases. They probably had a lot of people that have actually left, um, you know, just because of the stress of the pandemic, right? Like I know I'm kind of making like a sympathy case for EDD, and yeah, they could be doing more, but you guys have to realize like it's the government. It takes it's like this, it's bigger than a Titanic. The Titanic does not turn quick. It doesn't, it's not agile and like, oh, there's a new issue, like boom, let's just go fix it. That's not how it works. These are very, very slow processes to do. And unfortunately, as we see from our side, it creates an incredible amount of pain and suffering. And, um, you know, I don't think it's by design per se. I do think that there is a culture. I mean, I was literally looking at, I think it was like a strike force that, they did a whole bunch of comments. This is on the EDD website. They had a strike force, and outside strike force that came in and was looking at EDD, and literally like in the Excel file, it says in there that there is a culture at EDD that, they believe that from the top down, that people, like us that are unemployed, there's a culture that, we are fraudsters, that we are scammers, that we are trying to live off of free money. I mean, just all this like super negative, gross stuff. And you guys, look, we all know this. Like in general, these unemployment benefits don't come anywhere close to replacing, like, well, first off, they don't give us a living wage. Let's be honest there. A living wage is not $15 an hour. It's not. In California, are you kidding me? Like, very, 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 very difficult to make it on $15 an hour. These unemployment benefits are not us sitting back, kicking back like, hey, it's easy street, I'm going to take a vacation. Like who does that? You're not. Look, these benefits pay the bills at best. These keep the roof over our head at best. So I don't know. So there is a culture issue at EDD, and they are working to change that, but that requires leadership change to, at the top all the way down to the bottom. Because when your leaders are telling you like, all you people that are taking calls, all you people are taking examiners, like, and in general, this is true. There is a mentality that they are, claimants are guilty before proven innocent. And it should be the other way around, right? We should assume that the self-attestation, of someone who puts an unemployment claim is valid. But no, they don't do that. Now, you couple that problem with the fact, though, that there's been such massive fraud. I mean, we're talking on the order and scale of billions of dollars, guys. So how does EDD deal with the fact that like they want to change, they want to believe that people are, telling the truth and, should be getting these funds, with the other huge looming thing that there's all this fraud that's going on. And this fraud isn't even really coming from California so much as it's coming from international. I mean, I was reading the story about a bunch of folks in Nigeria, and I hate to bring up Nigeria. It's a pretty meme at this point. But yeah, like Nigerian and Russian fraudsters are like absolutely targeting unemployment, systems across the United States. There's literally like whole dark net tutorials on how to file a claim in a state with the least amount of flags and possibly get paid using someone's stolen information. So how does EDD like balance that, right? Like, I don't know. It's not an easy situation. So, anyways, I'm getting back to the calls here, guys. Just bear with me. All right. 0629. All right. Cool. All right, guys. I've got this card up and going. I'm trying to get Gorlon's phone number. And Stephanie, I really appreciate your patience. I'm almost there to you, okay? And then I'll come back to the chats, guys. Okay, Gorlon, got you a callback, okay? Bear with me. All right, so you'll be looking for that callback from 800 300 5616. Okay, awesome. All right, let's take a look at the comments. Stephanie, I'll get you set up then. Daniel, pending issues piercing my soul. It literally drains me of life and my money in my bank account, which is already low. Vanessa, I hear you. Gerardo, I'm on the phone on hold while watching this lull. I'm 6 weeks pending for my phone interviews, and they actually asked me some of the questions and have me on hold. I hear you, man. Joe, better than Titanic. It's like the Death Star from Star Wars, actually. All right. Terry says she's on hold. Still with the first call, waiting for a tier 2 rep. Okay, cool. Joel says, I used to drive for low paying Uber, and the unemployment boost helped me get much needed dental work. I'm grateful for that, at least. I hear you, man. For sure. Terry says, I'm telling my tier 1 rep at the beginning of the call that I appreciated her set. Oh, telling my tier 1 rep at the beginning of the call that I appreciated her set the tone of the call. She said multiple times, thanks for the positive feedback. Wish them a good day of good calls. Yeah, guys, this is really key, right? Something, Terry just mentioned. This is building that relationship when you get on a phone with an agent, whether it's a tier 1 or 2 rep. Make sure the first thing you do is thank them. Thank them for, the amount of time that they have to put in answering calls. Thank them for the hard work that they do. Thank them for the amount of people that they help. Okay. You know, it's it's huge. You start off with that, you're going to get much better results from them. They're going to try and help you a lot more. Okay. Derek, Terry. Terry says, one of the assembly person's EDD contact has been with the EDD for 23 years. Absolutely. We're talking about a lot of, long-term people that have worked at EDD, they're trying to retire from there. Dan says, I just got transferred to tier 2 on hold. Congratulations, buddy. I hope the transfer, works for you, man. Fingers crossed. Rassar says, is this once in a lifetime thing you're doing? Because I want to email you when my account actually does go to pending, if that in fact does go to pending. Well, Rassar, I'm going to do a few more live streams for sure. Giving back to the community, kind of, helping grow the YouTube channel and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, kind of the other point of this, guys, is to prove to you that this works. I'm doing the live streams for those of you that, going forward, right, that, can't maybe afford the $20 or the $15 that, you can get through the referral program, right? I want those to be, you know, community kind of givebacks, right? But if you've got the ability to pay for a call with Claimyr and you know it works and you're seeing the results that people are going to start getting here, right? With like, you know, getting your claims paid, you know, potentially the same day, but definitely in a very, very short period of time. Like I encourage you, Asar, to use Claimyr. Like go try it, man. Like it's not $50, it's not $30, it's $20 and you get 5 additional callbacks. So, but of course, man, like if there's a live stream that I do upcoming and you have a pending situation, I'd love to help you. Okay. All right, let's take a look at these comments. Derek says, thanks for the channel. Dan, just told that if you have been waiting for an interview longer than 8 weeks, you have to call in and get them to schedule you. Oh, Dan. Hey, you guys, Doug, I know you were on the, you know, with the interview situation either. If you've been waiting for more than 8 weeks, according to Dan's agent, you need to call back in and get them to schedule you. Hey, Derek, don't send me a donation, man. Like, I appreciate it. Keep your money. Pay it forward by writing me, you know, some great comments on YouTube. Come do an interview with me on YouTube, man. Like, tell me about your story. But yeah, Dan, guys, like, if you are waiting for a phone interview, I don't know if that information is 100% true, Dan. It may very well be. And this is the problem, right? There's so many little pieces of information all over the place that we've got to try and bring it together and then have multiple people confirm that information. Okay. Dan, I really appreciate you sharing that with us, man. That's great. Okay. Stephanie, without further ado, let's get you done. 650. Yeah, Doug, definitely good info. And this is why I'm talking about, guys, like calling multiple times gets you different agents, which gets you more information, which gets you to realize like what one person tells you isn't the truth. I mean, not that they're lying, right? But it's not the truth. They just don't know how to fix it. So, yeah. Dan says, my claim was opened on April 2nd and they never sent me an interview notice. They transferred me to a tier 2 to book. Bam. So you guys hear that? If you guys have a phone interview, you need, and it's over 8 weeks, and probably even if it's 6 weeks, whatever, get through to a tier 1 agent, which is the subcontractor, and then ask them politely, build a relationship with them, ask them to talk to a tier 2 rep so you can get your interview scheduled. They can do this. These tier 2 reps can do this. Hey, Allie, did you make any videos on the MEUC program that was launched recently? Yeah, I made a video on it, Allie. I have to be honest, like, it's a pretty complicated little set of rules to qualify for the MEUC, but yeah, I made a video. If you have any questions about it, feel free to let me know, and I appreciate you left a review. Hey, Allie, did you leave a, when you say you use Claimyr, I would love to hear that Claimyr worked for you. Like, and not just like how Claimyr worked for you, but I'd love to hear how it, like, how you got your claim fixed. Is that what you're talking about? You used Claimyr in the past? Stephanie, I'm getting you tuned up here. As you can see, sorry, I'm slowly but surely getting your number all dialed in. Vanessa asks, does Nevada unemployment offices suck also? Yes. I would say worse than EDD. I really would. I would say it's worse. It's more toxic over there. And I would not normally say this about really anyone, but they literally lie. Like the director of Dieter lies. And it's just, it's gross. So yeah, Nevada sucks too. But we don't need to dwell on that, right? Like there's ways. So one thing I did, which I should have done earlier, was I wrote this crazy long email of my case and put all these screenshots in and basically created this timeline. And, you know, really kind of articulated why my claim, because I'm in appeals, guys, like I'm still waiting to get my money. And what I did was, once I created that email, which took about 3 hours to make, I sent that to every single legislator in Nevada. Democrat and Republican, and I've now got like 14 people, 14 like legislators in the Nevada, House of Representatives. Like they are now calling Dieter on my behalf. So that's what I'm doing. Like I just and I didn't broadcast the email to him like, all one spam. Like I went through each one of them, and addressed it to him one by one, So I sent an email to Howard, I sent an email to Kathy, right? And I personally addressed it, but all the rest of the content was the same. And I've gotten word back from them that they have contacts at Dieter. And I think that, Dieter, by the time they hear from like 14 different legislators, that Nicholas, sorry, I got a call coming in. Hey guys, let me catch up on something here work wise. Okay. Awesome. Okay, back to the live stream. Stephanie, let me just get you dialed in before I go off on any more of my Nick stories, because I've got a bunch of them. And then 566-89502. Cool. Hey, Stephanie. Okay, I know you've been really patient. There's your success, okay? Your call is coming in from 800-300-5616, okay? I need you to stay on hold every 10 minutes. And for those of you guys that are still on hold, whether you're waiting for transferring, please continue to press 9 every 10 minutes or so, okay? It seems to help with disconnects. All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, Dan writes, $19.99 to release $9,200 is a no-brainer. Yeah, guys, like that's the value proposition here. And it's not $9,200 of like, maybe you'll get this money if you have valid eligible claims, okay? And most of you do. Like they have to pay you this money. The question is that do you want this money when they're going to get to it, or do you want this money when you want it, right? And by calling, you can compress that timeline down massively. I mean, I'm if I was in your guys' shoes and I had a pending situation in California, I know for a fact that if I spent, let's say, $20 one week and $20 the next week, and I reached 3 agents per week, okay, using Claimyr, between the disconnects and just making sure I reached good agents, but I reached 3 agents per week using Claimyr. I know that in 2 weeks, with 90% success, you would absolutely be paid by that point in time. That is the gold standard in terms of what I see from all these people with using, Trustpilot on the Trustpilot reviews, and people like literally talking about how to get their claims fixed. Like it's without fail. And usually it's much faster. The problem that most people have by calling is they give up. They get disconnected. They give up. They get an agent like Doug. Doug, you had this person that says, well, it's just going to take you 14 weeks until you get an interview. I'm just sorry, no, we can do it. Like, shut up. That's not true. Like, Dan calls in, finds out he needs a phone interview, and they tell him, look, if you've been waiting over 8 weeks, you need to reach a tier 2 rep and you need to get scheduled. So that's the whole thing, guys. You've got to keep calling. This is why I'm telling you, like, once a week, spend, well, not once a week, but, 2 to 3 times a week, like, call them, get an agent to tell you what the hell's going on. Reach a tier 2 rep, hopefully every single time. Get your claim either fixed on the phone, or in other cases, you'll start to see emails, right? You'll start to see changes on your claim over the course of 2 to 3 business days, okay? So, look, I'm sorry to get passionate about this, but I'm just telling you, like, don't believe what they tell you until your money's in the bank. Like, that's my advice. All right, let's go back to comments. Derek says, Derek, we'll get to you in just a sec. What is $20? Not much now that I know you get 5 callbacks. I thought it was only 1 callback this entire time. Yeah, I mean, look, guys, we're a super tiny company. We don't have like some crazy big marketing, team, like, and we're not going to. The fact is like, look, we're tiny. Like, we can't afford to go out and do ads, and we're not gonna do ads. There's gonna be me, and we're gonna send out some emails to people that use Claimyr. I mean, we have the Facebook groups, which those have a whole other sort of problems with those, right? Like, and hopefully we've got a solution coming up for that. Yeah, man. I mean, I think there's a lot of confusion around like what Claimyr is, how does it work, how does it help you? We have people that scream at our customer service team, okay? And you guys will see this in the text messages. It shows you right there. If you have any problems, email our customer support team at support@claimyr.com. We have people that email our customer support team that literally swear at them, that curse at them, that do all these things because they think that somehow we are EDD. Like like we have the ability to fix claims. We can't fix claims, guys. We just get you connected to EDD to get the claims fixed. So anyways, let me go through here. Allison, hi. Yes, I was stuck since April, my birthday, and Claimyr helped me get through after 4 hours. Even though I ran out of credits, Susie put me back online. You are definitely getting things done. Yeah. Hey, Allie, would you do me a favor? Like, would you consider maybe doing an interview with me? Like, it's just a real casual phone interview with your phone. We're trying to just share like how you got your claim fixed. It's not about selling Claimyr. It's about like, okay, this was going on with my claim. You said you were stuck since April, which sounds like the quarter review that we just went through this weekend, right? For the benefit year-end situations, all that. Like, would you consider doing an interview and share your story with other people? I'm telling you, like, they'd listen to you a lot more than they're ever going to listen to me, you know, because they know that you are actually, you know, independent, that, yeah, there's just a higher level of trust. I'd love to hear that story from you. And if you'd be interested in that, my email, I'm going to put it here in the chat. It's live at Claimyr. And if you don't, that's totally okay. I don't mean to put you on the spot. I'm just asking any of you guys that would like to share your unemployment stories with me, even if you just want to vent. You want to vent at EDD. Like, come on. I mean, let's not have any curse words, right? Let's not make any threats or any of that kind of shenanigans. But yeah, if you just want to talk about how bad this experience has been for EDD, like the other benefit too about doing these interviews is that besides you're sharing all this information out to people that need to know how to fix your, you know, these claim problems, for those of you that have claim problems that aren't getting fixed, by doing interviews with me, and as the channel grows and builds, we get news coverage, right? So some news reporter picks up what's going on with your claim. Like Doug, you're a perfect example, right? You're waiting 14 weeks supposedly for a phone interview. You just imagine someone contacts me through the YouTube channel because they want to talk to Doug, right? Because Doug needs a phone interview, or someone else is in appeals for 9 months, right? Like, this is how we can start to kind of grow and help and shape this thing from a crowdsourcing perspective, okay? All right, let's look at this here. I'll record and send you a video feedback to your support email that you could use. Allie asked, does Claimyr only work in California? I want to recommend friends, but not sure if it's in California. Yeah, so we are currently in Arizona, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. If you have any questions, Allie, would you please send me an email and let me know where your friends are located? I just want to make sure that, you know, before they purchase Claimyr, it's just kind of like this video. They know how to do it. All right. Derek says, my quick story. I started working when COVID hit. I actually ended up getting laid off because of COVID. So then and now I applied to 30 jobs, no callbacks. I eventually even did the Cal jobs. Okay, so Terry says, no tier 3 per se. Tier 2 has 2 levels. I can't remember the first level, but then there's the 11-week extension called the PEUX. Last stage tier 2 is PEUY. Yeah. Sounds like Terry's a bit of an expert in this, guys. Joel says, can I email you at live@claimyr.com if I needed to try Claimyr in the near future if I ever get stuck in pending? Joel, here's my take on this. If I've given you a free callback today and you get stuck in pending, say like a couple weeks down the road, I would encourage you to actually purchase Claimyr. You know, like that's kind of the you know, that would help me to say the least. But I would say this, if you do get stuck, email me and let me know what's going on, okay? Like, I'm here for you guys. I'm here for every single one of you that I got connections for today, all right? I do encourage you, of course, to use the product at appropriate points, but, you know, we'll take it on a case-by-case basis, okay? For sure. All right. Yeah, California is pretty expensive, I agree, says Vanessa. All right, guys, let's take a look here at time. We've been doing this a little over 2 hours. We've got 30 people that are watching, which is pretty sweet. I will take it. Let's see here. All right, cool. Let's see. Bear with me here. Dan. Lay low. Guys, I'm just checking emails. There's a few people that have emailed me since the live stream started. All right. Let's see here. I've got Miguel. Miguel, if you're in the live stream, please just go ahead and drop your name into the live stream. Just type in Miguel so I can check you in. Awesome. Thank you, Paul. Paul, please keep me posted and let me know how that goes. All right. Miguel and Gerardo. I love it. Let's get you guys set up here. Gerardo, if you're in the live stream, please check in as well. Just put your name in there. Okay, cool. I've got those names. And let me go back to the live stream here, guys. All right. Francesca, still on hold for a tier 2 agent. Been on for an hour now. But what's a little interesting to me is that when I gave the tier 1 agent my info, he said I needed to make a new claim. Yeah, so be really, 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 really careful, guys. When you're getting information from tier 1 reps, I wouldn't take any action based on that. Okay. A lot of them are unfortunately poorly trained, and they may give you advice that could really screw up your claim. Okay. The only person you should trust to make any type of changes on your claim would be a tier 2 agent. All right. So please, thank you, Francesca. That's a great point that you brought up. All right. Just be very, very cautious with the information that the tier 1 agent gives you. Okay. It may not be correct, and don't action what they tell you until you get it verified by a tier 2 rep or better. JT asks, are there any additional weeks after PEUC ends? Guys, federal benefits at this point in time are ending on September 4th, or the week of September 4th. There are no current plans to do any additional extensions. I believe that if you have a Fed Ed claim, you will have benefits beyond September 4th. And I'm going to be researching how you actually qualify for Fed Ed. It's a little bit different program. I don't think many people are on Fed Ed. Andrew, I'm not sure if I'll be pending this weekend when I certify. Last tier 2 rep cleared up April quarterly review, but I wonder if it also clears July. Andrew, I suspect you're probably going to be okay, man, because if you had a quarter review in April, you're probably okay for the next quarter. There seems to be a connection between the quarter review and like when in the last 12 months exactly you filed. And if it's too far back, if it's really far back to 12 months, then the quarter, year end is a bit of an issue. So it kind of depends like when your benefit year end like started and renewed, and then when that quarter review comes in over the top. But I hope that you're okay, man. Time capsule of Patrick and Asia Harris. I've emailed you and have been enjoying here for about 45 minutes now, enjoying the success stories, but I'm hoping for one of my own. Yeah, for sure, man. What is your name? Time capsule. Yeah, Anu, I just got a call back. No one is speaking. Do I just wait? Anu, please. Yes, stay on hold. You have to stay on hold until you get an agent to pick up. All right. Every 10 minutes or so, press 9, all right, to help you with the disconnects. You need to reach a tier 1 agent first. And depending on what your claim problem is, you probably need to talk to a tier 2 agent. You need to ask them that, okay? Yeah, so time capsule of Patrick and Asia Harris. You emailed me. I'm looking at my emails. I don't see anything from time capsule. Hey, Allie, my name is Nicholas. Yeah, so Allie, Claimyr works in Georgia, Arizona, Texas, Florida, and California right now. So yeah, I'll email you back here pretty soon. I appreciate you following up. All right, let's go ahead and get these other calls scheduled here, guys. Patrick. Patrick, looking for your email, bud. I let me see if I can find it in my conversations, man. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see anything from Patrick. So Patrick, I'm gonna put in the live screen here. Try and email it again. So it's live@claimyr.com. Make sure that you are sending me a screenshot that you're subscribed to the channel. Okay. And that I need your first name and I need your phone number that I can program. Okay. I just dropped that into the chat box there. Heather says, I oh, hold on. What is Heather saying here? But I did get through. Guess I should go to work for Claimyr. Heather, send me an email. I'd like to chat with you maybe after this and yeah, see like kind of what your experience been. Patrick, I'm working with you here, bud. Yeah, Patrick, man, just send me another email. It's going to be easier. And it'll show up. Okay. Guys, we're kind of getting close on time here. In terms of the fact that I need to go grab some food. I'm starting to get a little not cranky, but I'm starting to get a little hungry. But we're going to go ahead and get Miguel. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and get Miguel. Is Gerardo in the live stream as well, please? I need Gerardo to check in with me. All right, so I am programming your call right now, Miguel. Do you guys have any questions for me? Like while we're pulling this together, like, do you have any questions? Yeah, do you have any suggestions for any YouTube videos? Do you have, yeah, just any other general questions? Like, drop them in the comment section, guys. Like, I'm here for you. And the other thing too is since you guys have my email now, I can't respond to all emails at all points of times. Just bear with me on that. But yeah, like let me know you're from YouTube, and you know if you want to do an interview, that's a great place to ask me questions. Yeah, I'm just programming Miguel's card here. 8289 529. Hang on, guys. I'm just cranking out another call here from Miguel. Awesome. Hey, so Miguel, That's your success notification. Can you please let me know that you got a text from Claimyr? That lets me know that we confirmed your phone correctly and you will be getting a call back from EDD. All right, let's see here. Heather, yeah, appreciate that. Joel says, I don't have a quarterly review cleared before like some have, so maybe in higher risk of pending. Yeah, Joel, I mean, if you're not pending today, man, you're probably in good shape. I mean, you know, but keep me posted. Um, Unknown. Thanks for your info and help. Yeah, you're welcome, Miguel. Look, man, stay on hold though, okay? Don't use their callback service. Make sure that you press 9 every 10 minutes. And look, like, guys, you guys have multiple callbacks because of what I purchased for you today. So, you know, I really encourage you guys to call back tomorrow and talk to another tier 2 agent. You know, learn how to get past a tier 1 agent. Learn how to talk to a tier 2 agent to find out if your information is you know, valid from the tier 1 agent. I encourage you guys to use those callbacks. You know, that's part of the process there. You get 5 additional callbacks. I encourage you to use them. Don't just use Claimyr once and be like, okay, well, rep told me to wait a couple weeks. Like, BS. Like, that's not true. Like, I'm telling you, like, you can absolutely get someone to fix your claim many times over the phone or many times within a few days of reaching a really good rep. Okay. So keep that in mind. Okay. Patrick and Asia Harris. Going back to my emails, checking it now. Hang on, guys. Should we update the comments after we close the stream with our results? Yeah, Dan, that would be so huge. And Terry and anyone else, Tony, Joel, um, like if you guys can come back in after the stream closes and just like, you know, post some updates, or even better, like, I don't know, take 5 minutes with your phone and just say, hey, Max and you know, Nicholas, like if you want to get a quick interview with me, like I'd be happy to do so, you know, talking about my experience after the live stream. That would be helpful too. So between comments after the live stream closes or doing an interview with me, that would be amazing. But you know, I get it, guys. Like timing is tough. But like I said, these interviews, they can be really super short. You can just do it with your phone. I just send you a link. It's super easy to do. We don't have to share your personal information by any means. So keep that in mind. Joel asks, what's the secret to YouTube success? I don't know. Ask Jenny. She's better at it than I am, to say the least. If a person replies for new claim when their benefit year ends, do they have to go through ID verification again? That's a great question, Terry. My answer to you would be I like 90% sure reapplies for a new claim when their benefit year ends. See, there was a benefit year automation that came out by EDD back in June. And if you hadn't worked in the last 18 months, you didn't need to reapply. They were supposed to do it for you, right? So based on the fact if you didn't work in the last 18 months, they were supposed to do your benefit year end for you. And that meant that you weren't supposed to do ID me again. So that's my answer to you there, is that the benefit year on automation should be already taken care of. But that might be different for PUA. Terry, what kind of claim do you have? Teresa says, I just got through to a tier 1 rep, Monica. EDD is claiming I did not reapply June 7th, but I did. So a tier 2 specialist will contact within a week between the hours of 8 and 8 so I can get paid. Hey, Teresa, my suggestion is this. Reply yes and talk to someone again, and either reply yes to that text message we sent you if you want it later today. Great. Hey, one other tip too, I guess you guys should be fully aware of, is that if you want a callback from EDD from Claimyr first thing in the morning, the way to do that, right, is to order Claimyr after EDD closes. So I believe Monday through Friday, or actually Sunday, I could be wrong on my hours, but broadly speaking, Monday through Friday, they're open, I believe it's 8 to 8 p.m. So if you want to call back the first thing in the next morning, right, on Tuesday, I would reply yes with, to Claimyr the following. So you get a call back, starting at 8 a.m., right? So we start dialing for you on your behalf at 8 a.m. That being the case, if you want to call back later in the day, you can press reply yes at any other point. So keep that in mind. I personally think, Teresa, you ought to confirm that information again. I think you got a tier 1 rep that kind of just gave you a little bit of lip service. I think you can do better. I really do. I think you can get a tier 2 rep on the line who can fix that over the phone. I'm almost 100% certain on that. Awesome sauce. Okay, cool. So Patrick, I'm still looking for you here, bud. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Patrick, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, I understand that you sent me a email, but for whatever reason, it's just not. Yeah, it hasn't come through. Um, there we go. Patrick, I see you, buddy. Thanks for the help. You know how this works, man. All right, let me get you dialed in here. Cool. California, just getting that set up. Do, do, do. Patrick, I appreciate your patience, sir. I'm sure you were probably doing some screaming at me through your computer screen. I hope that's not the case, but anyways, appreciate it, man. We got you set up here. So, guys, after I get this call set up for Patrick, I think I'm gonna go ahead and close the live stream and go get some much needed food. And I know you guys are probably need to do the same. But I would say this, for those of you guys that got callbacks today, I really am really pleased with this live stream today. We got, I think, over 16, maybe even close to 20 people callbacks today. What I encourage you to do is continue to reach out to me via email. Let me know how things are going in the YouTube comments section themselves around this live stream. Like, keep in touch with me, guys, because look, I'm here to help. Like, I'm part YouTube, part customer service, part advocate, part help. And I'm happy to help you guys. You guys can help me in some small ways with regards to, like I said, leaving me some great interviews out there, helping spread the word that, Claimyr isn't a scam. Like, at least do that. I mean, I hope you guys can all confirm today, like, Claimyr's not a scam. Like, it works. I'm literally programming it on the phone and, all that good stuff. So help me out with that. Like, there's a lot of stuff there, but also too, like, if you guys aren't sure, like, if you hear something from an agent and you're like, hey, this is what I got from them, like, ask me and I will give you my opinion on whether or not you should call back. I will give you my 2 cents. That's just my 2 cents. It's just my opinion. But all right. Hey, speaking of that, hey, Patrick, you got your call back, bud. So you should be expecting a call back from 800 300 5616. Okay. Thanks for your patience on that, man. All right. I am back to the comments here. All right. Francesca writes, they could be at least put better hold music on. Okay, so let me ask you guys this. Like, we were actually thinking about this. My brother Tom, the CEO of the company, he was thinking about like basically like once Claimyr gets you connected to EDD, we forward the call to you. But we were like, wonder if we could like make the hold music better. I don't know. We haven't really got any farther, but we thought it was a kind of a cool idea. Um, okay, Miguel, I'm back. How long do I get a call from 1-800? Yeah, so Miguel, I don't know how long the callbacks take, man. It can be, we started this morning at 8 a.m. They're taking about an hour. It might be faster, but it might be up to 1 to 2 hours. It just depends on how many people are calling EDD, okay? But be patient, it's coming, all right? And be prepared. All right, what else do we have here? Doug says, thank you again for the help. Deeply appreciate it. Doug, thank you. Seriously, thank you for trusting. Thank all of you guys for trusting me to, you know, get your emails and get your phone numbers. Like, this is real, okay? And I'm going to do more of these. I really appreciate your guys' trust. I hope that you won't, drop off the face of the planet. I hope that you guys will continue to work with me, keep me updated with your claim situation. I can help. I really can. I can't fix it, but I can help. I can give you guys at least some moral support, and be here for you. And I'm not going anywhere. All right, what else? Terry says, my tier one rep didn't seem aware of EDD's June 5th press release that claimants do not need to reapply after benefit year ends if you did not have enough wages. Yeah, so Terry, my case in point, okay? Tier one reps are subcontractors. They don't work for EDD. Like, not all of them, like, yeah, so this is what's so frustrating, guys. I know the first person that you talk to, you're like, yes, I've reached somebody on EDD. They're gonna help me. The answer is that they're a tier one subcontractor, and they're not state employees. They don't have the ability to make many changes on your claim, if any. So, that first person is just kind of like a doorway that you got to get past. All right. And thanks, Terry, for sharing that. That was really important. What else do we have? Kill your landlord. I love the poster in the background. I know they just broke up. Yeah, Daft Punk, they broke up, but they gave us so many good years of wonderful music. I'm really grateful for what they had. Patrick says, I love that Power Ranger poster in the back. Well, it's actually not a Power Ranger poster, but that would be pretty sweet too. No, that's actually or maybe you're looking at this one. That's actually a Daft Punk. Ally says, think hold music is good as is, yeah. Keeps you in focus. I cleaned my space while being on hold and finished doing some astrology reading. Right on, Allie. Yeah, I think that's the thing. I was talking to a gal in Georgia who, was waiting on hold. In Georgia, people are waiting on hold in general for like an hour and a half before an agent picks up. And she was just telling me, she takes her phone and puts it underneath her little strap here and then just marches around the house, gets all the cleaning done. So, she was telling me that down there in Georgia that, they generally wait for about 3 hours. You got to wait on phone on hold for an hour and a half. And then on top of that, you are generally, talking to an agent for an hour to an hour and a half while they're reviewing your claim. Hey, speaking of that, that's a really good point that I wanted to bring up. Guys, like, do you realize that a tier one agent, the first person that you call on the phone, like, there's little to no way that someone could look at your claim with the complexity of each claim in terms of like when you filed, how many times you've been in pending, how many people have touched your case in the past. There's no way that someone could look at your claim effectively and do it in less than like 20 to 30 minutes. Like, seriously. So I'm just encouraging you guys to realize, like, don't take the advice of a tier one agent very seriously. Be super polite to them, build that relationship with them, but guaranteed, like, if you are in a pending status and that tier one agent says you need to do a phone interview or whatever else, just ask them, hey, I really appreciate this, but I'd like to talk to a tier two rep. I'd like to talk to an EDD employee. Like, just ask them, a lot of them don't want to transfer you, but you can ask for it. And you just keep calling a tier one agent until you find one that will. So that's my recommendation there. Awesome. So I think we're pretty much there in terms of people. Let me check my email, see if there's anybody else that wanted a callback today. Nope, I think we're set. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cool. Guys, I'm gonna open this up for a couple more minutes. Like, does anybody else have any questions? Francesca writes, "You can trust this guy because a set has a selenite tower behind me." Yeah, so I have a friend that, yeah, gave me some beautiful selenite lamps, and yeah, guys, like, I'm a real human being. I have no criminal record. I work out of my tiny little house that I have, and I'm going to be doing this for, hopefully the foreseeable future, as long as we can help, Claimyr continue to grow. And doing this work is partly, yes, of course, giving back to the community, but it's also, to help spread, the word that this is an option. But again, I think so much of this you guys need to realize, like, Claimyr doesn't fix your claim. What Claimyr can do is it can open the doorway to get you guys the amount of connections that you're going to need to get through a tier 1 agent, get past them to get to a tier 2 agent, right? And start having these agents actually, tell you the same thing, or at least find an agent who's willing to help you and can help you. I think a lot of the tier 1 agents want to help you, but they can't help you because they don't have the system access or the training, given by EDD to actually make changes. So that's why reaching a tier 2 rep is so important. And look, guys, if you need any more feedback on this in terms of like how people are kind of navigating the phone system, go to Trustpilot and type in Claimyr. And I'm not trying to shill Claimyr. I'm literally saying, like, there's so many comments in there that talk about by calling multiple times, people are getting their claims paid, the same, not the same day, but like they're literally seeing that their claims are, like, the pending is released by talking to someone on the phone while they're talking on the phone. Okay, that is a very real likelihood if you're approaching it from that perspective. So that's why Claimyr is so important, right? Is you get the connections when you want them and the amount of times that you need them, but you also have to be, well educated and realizing that, the first person that you talk to is probably not going to be able to help you because they're a tier 1 agent, so yeah. Teresa did say good morning and thanked her for her service. Yeah, I think that's a valid approach. And guys, yeah, like, for those of you that are waiting on hold for your tier 2 reps, or tier 1 reps, like I said, the first thing you want to do is thank them. Say, I just wanted to thank you for how many calls you take on a daily basis that's helping so many Californians. I know it's probably a very, very difficult job, but I know it's working. And my name is so and so. And, perhaps you can help me with my claim. But either way, I just want to let you know, like, I really appreciate, the job you're doing. It's got to be difficult. Bam. Like, you lay that on them, they're going to be in a lot better mood towards you than anybody else that they probably contacted that day. Okay. Okay. Let's see if we've got any other comments here. Nice. This is a good stream, guys. Yeah, look, I hope to hear from you guys that got callbacks today. Terry, if you're still here, thank you so much for helping moderate. Dan, love the feedback, right? Dan came back, guys, and he was mentioning that, if you have a scheduled interview that's waiting more than 8 weeks, you need to call a tier 2 rep to get that scheduled. Sounds like good advice to me. Teresa, Allie, thank you for jumping in. Francesca, you were fantastic. Patrick, it was good to meet you. Let's see who else we had here. Miguel, I hope we get you that call set up for sure. Tony, Heather, really appreciate you guys coming in. That was fantastic. Joel, love it. Love it. Derek. Hey, Derek, if you're still in the chat, send me an email, man. Okay, I'm just going through some chats here, making sure. Vanessa, thank you. Stephanie, you're very welcome. Joel, I like your comment. It's actually Death Star from the Star Wars, actually. Yeah. Andrew, thank you for coming in on the live stream. It was great. Doug, many thanks for your updates on the phone interviews. Yeah, I think think we're in good shape, guys. All right. Okay, got a couple more comments. Teresa, okay. Francesca, if you have any crystals, put them around the selenite tower, and the selenite charge the crystals for you. Oh, yeah, I do have a few crystals. I should probably be doing that. Thank you, Francesca. Hey, Francesca, seriously, email me. Let me know what's going on with your claim. I'd love to do an interview with you if you feel comfortable with that. Just kind of let me know what's going on with your claim. And certainly I continue to help you guys and coach you. Like, if you need my 2 cents as to whether or not you think the agent is giving you good advice, or whether or not you should call back, like, I'm your guy. All right. And thank you for the crystal advice. I will probably do that actually as soon as we get off the phone. Teresa, of course, you're so welcome. Loyalty over money. Got through the tier 1 rep. Hold on line for specialist. Pray for me. Thank you so much, Nicholas. You're a little lifesaver. Hey, man, look, use those callbacks, bud. You're so welcome. You know, and guys, like, put the comments back in the YouTube, you know, video. Like, let me know how it works. I'm going to actually be sending you guys some emails. And this is just to help me out, like some emails to, you know, do an interview with me, to, you know, potentially do a review for Claimyr on Trustpilot. You know, those are just some basic, simple things that can help me out. But, you know, if you don't want to do it, I get it. It's not a pay to play thing or anything like that. These calls are, please, you know, of course, free of charge. I'm just looking again to have as many people find out about Claimyr, and more importantly, find out that calling is super, super effective and that you guys don't need to wait any longer. Stephanie says, waiting for my call, but thank you so much for giving a call back. Stephanie, yes, you should get your call back soon for sure. Just, again, stay on hold. Don't leave a message. Press 9 every couple minutes. If you don't get a call back for whatever reason that there is, please email me. I did not waste your guys' time today. All right. Like, let me know. Yeah. Patrick, the callback times from Claimyr can vary from time to time. Okay. It's a Monday. It's pretty busy. Sometimes our callbacks take up to 2 hours. So here's the thing. The reason that the callbacks take so long from Claimyr sometimes is because we don't jam the phone lines. We're not sending a million calls to them that are jamming up the phone lines and screwing it up for everyone else. So we, on average, place about 30 phone calls per every time that you place a call. All right. And that's a lot less than the average person actually calls every single day, right? So if you're trying to call EDD, I did the math on this. EDD is open 12 hours a day, and you can realistically dial EDD, I think, I think it's like over 150 times a day. That's you dialing like 12 hours a day, which no one's going to do. We're not dialing that often, but that's because we don't want to, obviously, you know, jam the phone lines, right? Like, we understand that that's an issue. We're not a robo dialing service by any means. So yeah, like, you have to be patient in terms of when those callbacks come back in, Patrick. Christina asked, what's a callback? Dan says, found that lamp on Etsy, not cheap. Well, it was a gift, so appreciate it. Christina asked, what's a callback? I've called many times this morning, only be hung up on. Yeah, so Christina, what we were doing this live stream was we were giving out free Claimyr connections to have EDD call you back. And as a result of these connections that I purchased for everybody today, Claimyr gives you 5 callbacks. Okay, and what that means is that, you know, if your call that you purchase with Claimyr gets disconnected, or let's say that tier 1 agent doesn't give you really good helpful advice, you get 5 more callbacks within 48 hours, right? So you can request more callbacks, so to speak, from EDD using Claimyr. And it's a lot of value, you know. So Dan, good to see you again, man. I'm glad you're still in the video. Terry writes, they can fax it. Oh, okay, hold on here. Terry says, my assembly person said if you apply online or mail, you will need to go through the ID again. But she gave me other dubious information, so I'm not sure. She did say if I reapply, fax my app to her office, as they can fax it and scan directly EDD, thus avoiding the ID verification. So, hey, Terry, what I think you ought to do is you ought to contact another agent and try and get in contact with a tier 2 rep. Like, just be pretty polite, but pretty demanding about it. I really think you want to talk to a tier 2 rep. That's my experience. Terry says, this live stream is wonderful and a great experience. You were very good at this. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm just winging it. So awesome. Thanks, Francesca. I'll definitely email you and keep you updated. I really appreciate that. And I really look forward to working with you guys coming up here. So, hey, guys, with that said, oh, yeah, Patrick, yeah, not a complaint, man. Just keeping everyone updated. No. I didn't take it as a complaint, man. I just want you guys to understand, like, you know, the time that it takes to connect Claimyr, right? Like, it's not instantaneous. And that's kind of hard, right? For someone that's never used Claimyr before, you know, they get charged $20 and then they're sitting there staring at their phone. Like, what's going to happen? You know, like, and wait a minute, I got charged money. They see, you know, they got charged money out of their bank account or whatever they used. And they're waiting for like an hour or an hour or two to get a callback. Like, there's this actual education piece that a lot of people just, you know, kind of need to get used to how to work Claimyr. So that's why I'm sharing that with you. Yeah, Francesca writes, Dan Galetto, the lamp ones are expensive, but the regular selenite towers or 6 are affordable. Google your closest crystal shop or metaphysical store and dive in. Yeah, I don't know how much this was, but I don't think it was too terribly much. But I will say this. Here, am I really going to do this on a live stream? Might as well, right? Like, this thing is a giant rock or crystal. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but it's, I don't know. This is my face. All right, so enough with the props and all that. But yeah, good times. All right, guys, it's been really good. See a comment here from Miguel. Thanks. I'm still waiting to get a call. Miguel, yeah, man, just be patient. You'll get a call, okay? And keep me posted, guys. If you have any trouble after the live stream for whatever reason, follow it up with emails. I will be getting back to you, if not today, first thing tomorrow, the whole 9 yards, okay? So look, with that said, this has been great. I really appreciate all the kindness, you guys. I really hope that the future live streams are as great as you guys have all been. It's been wonderful. Really made my Monday a way to start it off. So thank you so much. And look, guys, yeah, like I said, I'm here for you. Reach out to me. Let me know if you guys want to do interviews. I'm here, and I'm going to keep being here. If you guys have suggestions for, you know, video interviews, if you have suggestions for upcoming YouTube videos, that'd be great. The other thing that I could actually use a lot of help with, because I don't have an unemployment claim in California, is I could use screenshots, like high quality screenshots, to share like your situation with other YouTube, like on YouTube channels. And guys, like I don't want your personal information, right? Like we blur all that out and all that. But the screenshots are really important for like other people to kind of see what's going on, right? So like I'll post up a screenshot of what's going on with your claim, and we'll talk about it on YouTube, make a video kind of similar to what Jenny does and Shelly does, right? And what that really seems to do is it really seems to help a lot of people like understand like, oh, hey, I recognize that problem on my claim. And then of course, you know, they start to listen into the YouTube, and, you know, of course that helps me out. So if you guys are interested in those type of things, that would be of great help as well. But again, we need to be very careful that we're not sharing your personal information. We don't take that as a company. We don't keep any of your personal information, and I sure as heck don't want your personal information getting out on YouTube. So with that said, all right. Heather, appreciate it. Asia, you're so welcome. Tony, 1 week paid and the other week pending. Okay, cool, guys. I'm going to sign off. Until next time, okay? Thanks.